In the midst of mist-covered mountains, where tendrils of fog draped the towering peaks, a band of followers embarked on a voyage to encounter fresh disciples in the Daluo Immortal Palace. They traversed through rugged terrain, their path illuminated by the gentle radiance of the ascending sun. As they ventured through the otherworldly mist, colossal birds with majestic wingspans soared overhead, casting shadows upon the vast plains below. It had become a customary practice each morning, as the sun adorned the sky with the colors of dawn, for younger brethren and sisters, regardless of their status as inner or outer disciples, to cross the bridge and partake in the teachings of their senior counterparts, or esteemed elders. Failure to do so would result in disciplinary measures. Each disciple respectfully acquiesced to these regulations. Among the newly initiated disciples, there were those hailing from noble lineages and others from influential immortal families. However, within the realm of Daluo, the distinction between commoners and royalty held no significance. Only the immortal sect held sway and authority. High above the clouds, in a realm where time appeared to stand still, lay the celestial dwelling of the senior disciples of the immortal realm. A magnificent range of 108 peaks, enveloped in a mystical radiance, served as a grand residence for the renowned immortal beings. Each peak held its own unique significance. Jin Guang, the esteemed disciple ranked 10th in the sect, found his dwelling on the Peak of Magnificence. The peak was adorned with towers embellished with intricate carvings. Qin He, positioned on the 8th-ranked peak, was surrounded by a graceful congregation of cranes, soaring through the celestial currents. His abode stood as a testament to the harmonious alignment of destiny. Zi Yun, the 2nd-ranked sister, basked in the embrace of benevolent forces of fortune. Her dwelling nestled amidst flourishing gardens, emanating an aura of tranquility that mirrored her serene spirit. The absence of an undisputed top disciple piqued the curiosity of the junior disciples, prompting them to question. In response, a junior disciple conveyed the wisdom of the 32nd senior disciple, who advocated for cultivating oneself where the highest good resides, much like the nature of water. The 32nd senior cautioned against excessive competition, which could lead to obsession, thus providing an explanation for the absence of a clear first place. The senior brother concurred with those insights, acknowledging the significance of balance and spiritual growth. Nevertheless, he subtly implied that the dynamics could soon change, hinting at the emergence of a potential top disciple within the sect in the coming days. The junior brothers and sisters inquired about the possibility of an exceptionally gifted individual arising. As they delved into the rumors surrounding Ziyun's birth, speculation arose, with an air of uncertainty surrounding her despite being regarded as the reincarnation of a Taoist immortal. Ziyun had not yet claimed the top position. The juniors sought clarification on why the first peak was suddenly becoming a potential breeding ground for a top disciple within the sect. This speculation stemmed from the unusual nature of the number 1 title, which shed light on the nefarious actions undertaken in the secular world to attain power. In the sacred realm of Daluo, even those with questionable character could not attain prominence. To be recognized in such a realm signified exceptionalism, and claiming the title of number 1 implied extraordinary strength and abilities, prompting questions about the individual's formidable prowess. The brothers acknowledged the person in question as a legendary figure, recognizing their exceptional status and accomplishments during their discussions. 3 years ago, the leaders of the sect embarked on a journey and came across a genius who left them astonished. This genius was known as the son of Qilin. The leader of the Tianji sect predicted that this individual would be the most extraordinary genius on the immortal path in the last 100,000 years.
Do you want to know the name of this manga, along with all the manga names of the recaps we did in our channel? How about also the chapter numbers our recaps end? You can simply ask the names in our Discord community for free or become a donor to get them all in one place. You can either be a donor in Patreon or be a member in our YouTube channel. Just scan this QR code or go to the link in the description to become a donor. Moreover, becoming a donor automatically makes you a VIP member of our Discord server with over tens of thousands of members.
Against all odds, the sect leader went against conventions and accepted this rare genius as his final disciple. If everything went as planned, the sect leader would defy the norms and appoint him as the elder senior brother. Rumors started circulating about this rare genius, known as the son of Qilin, who was considered the first genius of the immortal path in 100,000 years. Gossip began to spread, suggesting that senior sister Ziyun had already fallen in love with him. Curious sisters within the sect started asking about the whereabouts of this mysterious senior brother, which sparked intrigue among them. The brothers pointed towards the immortal mountains, believed to be the residence of the son of Qilin, surrounded by trees with red leaves. No one had encountered him, leading to speculation that he needed to be officially appointed as the leader of the sect. An extraordinary occurrence caught the attention of the fellow members, sparking speculation about a potential breakthrough in cultivation by the elder brother. They engaged in discussions about ancient legends of wise sages, connecting breakthroughs with peculiar phenomena, expressing amazement at witnessing it firsthand. Considering the rumored age of Qilin's son, doubts arose regarding his level of cultivation, leading to debates ranging from the nascent soul phase to the golden core phase. As everyone gathered, a burst of yellow light left everyone astonished. Accompanied by the gentle swaying of trees and a rush of wind, the presence of the elder brother captivated the spectators, particularly leaving the girls in awe. They expressed admiration, describing him as incredible, impressive, and unparalleled, which created an atmosphere filled with reverence and admiration for the elder brother's presence. The elder brother dismissed the admiration, considering it all to be an illusion, and scolded the disciples as naive children. The son of Qilin, 3 years earlier, used to be an honest salesman. However, one stormy night, he underwent a remarkable transformation and turned into a meteor. To his astonishment, he found himself transmigrated into a vast and boundless world. As he tried to come to terms with this realization, he discovered an extraordinary connection with animals in this sincere world. Instead of following the usual path of broken engagements, he realized that he had become a druid. With a playful spirit, he interacted with animals while embracing his newfound identity. The sect leaders, intrigued by this unusual phenomenon, began questioning the son of Qilin, who pretended to be unaware of his abilities. Enchanted by his apparent charm, the sect leaders started competing to recruit him. Recognizing the power of his charm, the son of Qilin found himself at the center of their attention. Eventually, the leaders agreed to resolve the matter privately. Just 5 minutes later, they appeared despicable and shameless when one of the sect leaders approached the son of Qilin. Surprisingly, he invited him to Daluo, leaving the son of Qilin astonished. The Qilin's son pondered over his extraordinary appearance, sensing that he might possess an exceptional intellect among his peers. However, tragedy unexpectedly struck, altering the trajectory of his life. In spite of this setback, the master graciously imparted advanced techniques and guided the disciples' cultivation, bestowing valuable treasures to strengthen his foundation. Despite the master's efforts, the disciple encountered difficulties in his learning journey, leading to moments of frustration. Nevertheless, after 3 years, the disciple accomplished an astonishing feat by becoming a proud refinement cultivator. The master was overjoyed by Lu Changsheng's progress. Lu Changsheng realized that he was not a cultivation failure, but he couldn't help but feel ordinary compared to the geniuses. Despite being considered average, in the sacred land of Daluo, breaking through the refinement phase in 3 years was considered slow. As he reached the early stage of refinement, a terrifying phenomenon occurred, causing Liu Changsheng to question his true value and the essence of his cultivation path. The protagonist's physical appearance served as their most significant advantage. After conducting extensive research for 3 years, they made the realization that any action could lead to unexpected outcomes. With each breakthrough in different realms, they acquired passive skills. During the refinement phase, they gained an aura of enlightenment. This allowed the protagonist to maintain an appearance of deep contemplation, even while engaging in mundane activities such as eating. In the Xianxia world, where strength was highly valued, Lu Changsheng, despite his protagonist-like appearance, doubted his chances of survival without corresponding talent. He humorously contemplated the idea of becoming a gigolo. Amidst the discussions about his presence, he carried his wine and questioned the path he should take. Upon receiving advice from his master to have tea, Changsheng pondered the potential impact of beverages on his destiny. Despite the casual interactions, the master admired Changsheng's demeanor, which allowed him to feel comfortable in the otherwise formal world of cultivation. The master informed Changsheng that he had organized a Daluo grand ceremony in 10 days, during which Changsheng would be recognized as the elder senior brother. Changsheng was taken aback and expressed his concerns, stating that he did not possess the qualities of a genius. He understood that failing to meet Master Qing Yun's expectations might have negative consequences. After receiving the master's guidance for 3 years, he anticipated being expelled from the sect, hoping that a dormant power within him would awaken and propel him to greatness. The master questioned Changsheng about his lineage and the Yan states of the past. As he emphasized the vast population of the Yan states, the master contrasted it with the geniuses of Daluo's sacred land, where even ordinary disciples surpassed others on a global scale. Changsheng discovered the master's unique perspective, which labeled him as a peerless genius and unraveled a mysterious quality that set him apart. Changsheng firmly believed in the importance of strength, emphasizing that relying solely on appearance was deceptive. However, the master seemed to hold a different perspective. The master stressed that people were easily fooled by illusions, but those who possessed the ability to see through them would not reveal their true nature. He then shared a wise saying about the advantages of good looks, which left Changsheng surprised and intrigued. After passing on his knowledge to Changsheng, the master bid farewell, expressing his gratitude. However, Chang Sheng couldn't help but question the idea of inheriting the position of elder brother based solely on looks. He feared that this would lead to envy and a tragic fate. Despite receiving 3 years of intense training and guidance from the master, Chang Sheng still felt average and vulnerable to potential challenges from the outside world. Determined to embrace his natural talents, Chang Sheng decided to explore the realm of alchemy, seeking inspiration from legendary figures in various fields. Although he felt somewhat inadequate, he held on to the hope of achieving unexpected results and breaking free from the perceived mediocrity in other aspects of his life. Zi Yun, the second genuine disciple, was renowned for her flawless physique, divine beauty, and awe-inspiring powers, which exuded an air of noble grace. Chang Sheng respectfully greeted his spiritual master Zi Yun. In return, Zi Yun addressed Chang Sheng as senior brother, emphasizing his esteemed position as the sect leader's final disciple. She disclosed that the sect leader had intentions of appointing Chang Sheng as the elder senior brother. Timidly, she proposed a more casual title, requesting to be called Sister Zi Yun. Chang Sheng responded with astonishment and enthusiasm. He held great admiration for Zi Yun's combat prowess, mentioning her renowned reputation for daring feats such as taming a dragon. Chang Sheng expressed hesitance towards using the informal title and playfully suggested that he might even refer to her as his ancestor, highlighting his awareness of her formidable abilities and the potential consequences that may arise. As Chang Sheng poured tea, he informed his junior sister about the forthcoming opening of the sacred land of Langya, advising her to make necessary preparations. Zi Yun disregarded the urgency, stating that a few days of missed training would not make a difference. She expressed her desire to see Chang Sheng before the event, fearing that she would regret it if she did not return. Chang Sheng reassured her, commending her strength and luck, rejecting any idea of her not coming back. Zi Yun asked Chang Sheng if he would miss her if she did not return. Chang Sheng recognized the cliché question and responded with a poetic promise. He vowed to plant a tree of purple clouds, recite sutras, and not wish for immortality, but for her safe return in the present. Zi Yun observed the depth of Chang Sheng's emotions, noting his willingness to give up immortality and wait for her. Despite being single, Chang Sheng believed that his knowledge and writing skills made sweet talk effortless and likely to be effective. A fabled sacred medicine, known as the 5-colored golden lotus, surpassed even the most sought-after remedies found in the revered land of Daluo. Zi Yun, appearing somewhat bashful, surprised Chang Sheng with a planetary sacred medicine. This unexpected gift left Chang Sheng pondering the true intentions behind it. He contemplated whether he should seize this opportunity or if accepting the gift would imply something more. As he reflected on his own values, Chang Sheng wondered if accepting the gift would be seen as relying on a woman. Zi Yun openly presented him with this valuable item, attributing its acquisition to chance and explaining its potential benefits for his cultivation. Chang Sheng acknowledged the advantages of possessing such a prized possession. He considered it a stroke of luck, but also contemplated the delicate nature of the situation. Realizing the potential consequences, Chang Sheng strategized on how to accept the gift without compromising his senior brother's position. Ultimately, he declined Zi Yun's generous offering. While expressing admiration for her accomplishments and acknowledging the dangers she had faced, he believed that the item was of utmost importance to her, especially with the imminent opening of the sacred land of Langya. Zi Yun contemplated the fallacy of a blessed path, fully aware of the numerous perilous trials and tribulations she had endured. She deeply valued Chang Sheng's understanding and pondered the rarity of finding a genuine confidant in this world. After comprehending Chang Sheng's hesitation, Zi Yun made the decision to excuse herself. Chang Sheng, perplexed by her departure, urged her to stay longer, but Zi Yun remained resolute in her decision to leave. She vowed to return with the legendary 9-colored golden letters for Chang Sheng once she achieved prosperity. Zi Yun's unexpected departure deeply upset Chang Sheng, and he expressed his frustration at her deviation from the expected course of events. He pleaded for her to come back, particularly for the 5-colored golden letters she had brought. Recognizing the significance of inheriting the position of elder senior brother, he reflected on the situation, feeling like a mockery and experiencing heightened stress. Chang Sheng, recognizing the limitations of relying solely on his good looks, made the decision to showcase his talent in alchemy in order to impress others. He had great confidence in his achievements in the field of alchemy, considering it to be an unconventional path. Having access to various herbs, a cauldron, and recipes in the Daluo land, he appreciated the convenience of having everything he needed at his disposal. After an hour, he was amazed by the abundance of resources that were sent his way through a paper crane. Chang Sheng was impressed by the valuable content of the alchemical text, although he did criticize the author's choice of titles. He acknowledged that mastering alchemy takes time and found joy in reading about it. Drawing parallels to chemistry, he emphasized the significance of herb age in alchemy, highlighting the immense potential for discovering undiscovered pills among numerous medicinal ingredients and limited recipes. Chang Sheng recognized the chance to leave a lasting impact and solidify his elder brother's position by fortuitously refining high-quality pills. He was informed of an imminent grand ceremony at the Daluo Palace, where he was invited to participate. Understanding the importance of the event, he became anxious and hastily devised multiple recipes using medicinal ingredients. These ingredients were classified into 5 elements, and in order to create an extraordinary recipe, he needed to meticulously adjust and confirm its effects, especially for a unique pill recipe he aimed to develop. Cheng Sheng observed the vibrant atmosphere within the Daluo Immortal Palace. As he prepared for the upcoming run ceremony, he inquired about invitations for outsiders. However, he was informed that the ceremony primarily focused on elder concentration, and therefore public invitations were not extended. This puzzled Chang Sheng, as he expected the grand ceremony to garner widespread attention and attract challenges from renowned iron heroes. He expressed his desire for external involvement, hoping to activate an internal system or seek guidance from an ancient master. The junior brother was perplexed by Chang Sheng's inquiry regarding the exclusion of outsiders. Chang Sheng was reassured that he would soon be titled the Holy Son of Daluo, which would lead to invitations being extended to respected sects from around the world. Encouraged by his junior brother, Cheng Sheng was handed an alchemical recipe as a reminder of the arduous journey that lay ahead and the importance of perseverance. Cheng Sheng expressed his gratitude for the given item, acknowledging its significance. Cheng Sheng, unsure of what to do with the numerous pill recipes, contemplated assigning the task to his junior brother, who seemed like a suitable candidate. He made the decision to let his junior brother take on the challenge, hoping for a successful outcome. In the event of failure, Chang Sheng was prepared to distance himself, emphasizing the importance of not forcing a relationship and avoiding self-blame. Expressing gratitude, the junior brother promised not to bring disgrace and wished Chang Sheng good luck. The Daluo Palace boasted a magnificent staircase made of precious white nephrites, stretching across a distance of 300 meters. Chang Sheng took note of the decorations on the stairs and expressed his intention to remove them once he assumed the role of sect leader. Upon reaching the top of the palace, he was warmly welcomed by Martial Uncle Li Yun, Martial Uncle Bai Yun, and Spiritual Master Qing Yun. They commended his progress and playfully lamented about a previous disciple they had accepted. Cheng Sheng humbly responded, expressing a slight sense of fear amidst the banter. He was to be appointed as elder senior brother during the grand opening. He was reminded to avoid making mistakes, and surprisingly asked to greet his junior brother Qing Feng, receiving the title respectfully. Chang Sheng was pleasantly surprised by the presence of a refined and affluent core disciple who engaged with him. Despite the initial formalities, Chang Sheng was encouraged to adopt a more casual approach. This junior disciple named Qing Feng was introduced as the master's son during an impressive display of swordsmanship. It was revealed that Qing Feng would be guiding Chang Sheng in an upcoming event. Recognizing the potential advantages of establishing a strong bond with this well-connected junior brother, Chang Sheng felt a sense of appreciation. Qing Feng, on the other hand, was advised to seize the opportunity for learning and to avoid any immature behavior. During a lighthearted conversation, Qing Feng's uncles mentioned a failed marriage proposal that resulted from a mismatch in personalities. Following this exchange, Qing Feng and Chang Sheng were assigned the task of preparing for the ceremony together. Cheng Sheng appeared frustrated after ascending 900 steps for an introduction that could have easily taken place at a more convenient location. The master commended his intelligence and predicted a promising future for him. Qing Feng admired his senior brother's confidence and felt privileged to be by his side. Curious about Qing Feng's interaction with the girl, Chang Sheng inquired whether she had a dislike towards him, or if it was a mutual feeling. Qing Feng clarified that it was merely a formal meeting, suspecting a mismatch in personalities. When asked for his opinion of her, Qing Feng expressed that he found her to be all right, but couldn't understand why she didn't reciprocate his feelings. The conversation delved into specific details, with Qing Feng denying any mention of his parents. Chang Sheng advised Qing Feng to disclose his background, including his father's occupation and family assets, on the first date. He emphasized the girl's expectation for such information and attributed Qing Feng's oversight to his youthful nature. Surprised, Qing Feng was then questioned by Chang Sheng about the number of family estates he possessed. The abode of Chang Sheng, known as the Red Peak, was renowned for its tranquil and harmonious surroundings. The lush green landscapes that enveloped the area were adorned with vibrant flowers, filling the air with their sweet fragrance. The gentle rustling of leaves in the breeze blended seamlessly with the majestic view of the mountains, creating a serene sanctuary. Qing Feng provided Chang Sheng with a detailed schedule for the upcoming ceremony. Between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m., Chang Sheng would make preparations, followed by the burning of incense and prayers from 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. Rest and meditation would take place in the Daluo Immortal Palace from 3 a.m. to 7 a.m. At 7 a.m., Changsheng would pay his respects at the Heavenly Temple, and from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., the sect's senior leader would confer upon him the title of First Elder Senior Brother. At noon, Changsheng would receive rewards and engage in discussions about his aspirations, including the grant ceremony, which would mark the conclusion of the grand ceremony. During the discussion about his aspirations on the Taoist path, it was expected that the senior brother would share inspiring experiences and techniques related to cultivation. Changsheng expressed his frustration with his limited 3 years of cultivation, considering it a source of self-shame rather than a public execution. When asked about his own cultivation progress, Qingfeng revealed that he had achieved core formation just a few days ago, but lamented his perceived lack of talent. Changsheng was taken aback by Qingfeng's effortless accomplishment, perceiving it as a display of arrogance. During their conversation, Qingfeng and Changsheng exchanged compliments on their humility. Qingfeng praised Changsheng's progress in cultivation, suggesting that he might already possess a golden core. However, Qingfeng humbly stated that his own cultivation was incomparable. He admitted the difficulty in proving Changsheng's cultivation, acknowledging that it was not completely unfathomable. Changsheng questioned the effectiveness of the mental technique he received from his master, as others were unable to clearly perceive his level of cultivation. He pondered the advantage of others being unable to gauge his cultivation level. Curiously, Qingfeng inquired about Changsheng's cultivation, and Changsheng agreed to share, but emphasized the need for confidentiality. Playfully boasting, Changsheng claimed to have broken through the nascent soul phase. Qingfeng reflected on his own cultivation journey, starting at the age of 7 and achieving core formation after 10 years. Qingfeng was deeply impressed by Changsheng's remarkable progress in the cultivation of the Yuxir pool, as he quickly advanced to the nascent soul phase in just 3 years. In a light-hearted manner, Qingfeng acknowledged Changsheng's extraordinary talent and respectfully bowed to him. However, Changsheng advised Qingfeng not to lose heart and emphasized the importance of remaining humble. Changsheng humbly shared that despite his own high level of cultivation, he always recognized that there were others who possessed even greater talent. Qingfeng expressed his gratitude for the wisdom imparted by his senior brother. Although he acknowledged Changsheng as an unparalleled genius, he couldn't help but feel a mix of anger and unease. Sensing Qingfeng's emotions, Changsheng found satisfaction in challenging the self-confidence of such a prodigious individual. Qingfeng excused himself, citing other matters that required his attention, while his senior brother encouraged him to continue his diligent efforts. Reflecting on his own cultivation aptitude, Qingfeng initially believed it to be excellent, but now he realized the truly astonishing progress his elder senior brother had made in just 3 years. Qingfeng and Li Jiang crossed paths, with Li Jiang extending his congratulations to Qingfeng for delving into the study of Taoism under the guidance of his elder brother. Qingfeng immediately recognized Li Jiang as a formidable rival, as they had previously competed for the top spot among the Daluo freshmen. In response, Jiang raised doubts about the benefits of learning from an elder brother who had spent a relatively short time in the sect. Jiang proceeded to boast about his father's acquisition of 3 coveted golden office pills, expressing unwavering confidence in his ability to enter the esteemed golden coffers within a decade. However, Qingfeng confided in Li Jiang, divulging a secret that the elder brother, despite being a member of the sect for only 3 years, had already reached the divine change phase. Qingfeng even speculated that it was highly likely for his elder brother to ascend to the immortal realm within a century. Li Jiang found this information incredulous and questioned its validity. He proposed that senior sister Ziyun's admiration for the elder brother might stem from his potential strength in the immortal world. Qingfeng was cautious about spreading the information, as it could lead to negative consequences from his father. Changsheng's impressive display of skill had captured Qingfeng's attention, leaving him amazed by the existence of such a formidable individual. Li Jiang expressed doubt regarding the existence of someone with such immense power. After successfully impacting the confidence of a fellow genius and rival, Qingfeng excused himself. Li Jiang, not wanting to bear the bitterness alone, made his way to the Daluo lecture palace. There, he announced to his fellow sect members that he knew the cultivation level of their senior brother, creating anticipation for the news. The disciples pondered on the sect leader's recognition of their senior brother's significant achievements in cultivation. They speculated that his power might surpass what was currently known. Despite considering his peers as narrow-minded fools, Li Jiang decided to disclose the senior brother's cultivation level, while cautioning others to keep it a secret. Li Jiang examined the sect leader's decision to embrace the senior brother, highlighting peculiar occurrences above the Crimson Summit and the sudden emergence of a golden lotus following a successful cultivation advancement. He urged them to recollect information from ancient texts, which documented similar phenomena during an unparalleled feverish catastrophe. Li Jiang disclosed that the senior brother had reached the divine split phase, leaving the fellow disciples in a state of profound admiration. The disciples were abuzz with rumors about the Supreme Elder, confirming the senior brother's remarkable success in overcoming the calamity. It was said that his cultivation had reached the Mahayana stage, leading to speculation that he might ascend within the next 2 days, a feat that had never been seen before in just 3 years. This news shed light on Ziyun's admiration for him and the sect leader's decision to take him as the final disciple. Among the disciples, gossip spread like wildfire, with everyone believing that he was on the brink of ascension. Word of the soon-to-be elder senior brother's accomplishments eventually reached the alchemy hall. Although there was a possibility of exaggeration, spiritual master Huo Lian deduced that the described phenomena from a few days ago indicated at least a nascent soul phase and perhaps even fusion. He further speculated that, upon careful consideration, even a divine split might be within the realm of possibility. Master Li Xian raised doubts about the reliability of the new source, while Huo Lian emphasized the exceptional circumstances surrounding the senior brother's imminent ascension. Given the esteemed position of the sect leader and the potential for extraordinary successors, it was deemed an advantageous moment to accept disciples. Huo Lian suggested that even a revered elder was intrigued by the recent development. Urged to expedite matters, Li Xian recognized the advantages of harnessing the immortal aura and made the decision to take action promptly. Understanding the reasons behind Liu Qing allowing his son to follow Liu Changsheng, Li Xian expressed his intention to depart immediately. Within Daluo Palace, discontent arose among the senior brothers regarding the inclusion of a new disciple, Chang Sheng, who had reached the divine split phase after only 3 years of cultivation. During the discussion, a senior brother fondly recalled the journey to the ancient state of Lulan with Master. He recounted how he had taken a blow for Master, resulting in a visible scar that served as a constant reminder. Inspired by this story, the brother requested that his own son be allowed to follow in the footsteps of the senior brother. This request resonated with several other brothers who expressed similar desires for their own sons. Despite the master's efforts to calm the situation and seek clarification, the disciples persistently praised the senior brother for his remarkable achievements and profound spiritual growth within just 3 years. Their intention was to persuade the master to arrange for their sons to learn from the senior brother. Growing increasingly frustrated by the continuous praise, the master angrily interrupted, demanding a clear explanation of the situation. Several brothers expressed their disappointment and accused the senior brother of deception. They had placed their trust in him, believing him to be honest and loyal, only to feel betrayed. The accusations centered around the senior brother withholding information, leaving the master perplexed. He inquired about what had been hidden. The siblings disclosed their dissatisfaction, asserting that everyone in Daluo was aware that Chang Sheng had already achieved a divine split phase. One of the brothers emphasized that unless his son could match Chang Sheng's abilities, all past and present grievances would be resolved. The master responded with heightened bewilderment. Master Qing Yun raised doubts about the origin of the information regarding Chang Sheng's divine split phase. Instead of receiving explicit confirmation, the brothers inferred it from the senior brother's facial expression. Master pondered over the possibility, but also entertained the idea that senior brother intentionally withheld details about his cultivation. Annoyed and feeling deceived, Master expressed his frustration and decided to visit Chang Sheng to clarify the situation. The brothers, realizing Master's annoyance, pleaded for him to wait. Their plea was to no success. Master insisted on visiting Chang Sheng. In a rush, the master entered the Red Peak and immediately called out for Chang Sheng. Chang Sheng, with utmost respect, inquired about the urgency. The master then praised Chang Sheng and expressed no regrets in choosing him as a disciple. He proceeded to ask Chang Sheng to honestly reveal his current stage of cultivation. Chang Sheng replied that he was currently in the refinement stage. The master, puzzled, wondered how someone like Liu Changsheng with a lower cultivation level couldn't perceive his own cultivation. On the other hand, Chang Sheng questioned how someone who hadn't overcome their own calamity could discern his cultivation. The master encouraged Chang Sheng to be less modest and demanded the truth about whether he had achieved fusion or divine split in his cultivation. He questioned whether Chang Sheng had truly overcome the calamity. Chang Sheng confidently stated that he was still in the ordinary refinement phase. He pondered about the source of the rumor, suspecting Liu Qingfeng. Chang Sheng was given a directive by his master to undergo field training. This unexpected decision left Chang Sheng feeling apprehensive about the potential consequences, especially if the master believed the false information. In an attempt to clarify his situation, Chang Sheng insisted to Master Qin that he was genuinely in the refinement stage and proposed a physical examination for confirmation. Despite his initial skepticism, the master acknowledged Chang Sheng's sincerity and exceptional talent. He recognized the significant progress Chang Sheng had achieved during his 3 years at the sacred land of Daluo. Although the master was unaware of the specific realm Chang Sheng had reached, he understood that Chang Sheng preferred to maintain a low profile while still wanting to inspire his peers. This was particularly important, as Chang Sheng was soon to become the elder senior brother, although he himself did not fully comprehend the significance of this role. The master praised Chang Sheng for embodying the mindset of pursuing the highest good, likening him to water and achieving such a realm in just 3 years. This was an accomplishment that the master himself had not attained in his 1800 years of cultivation. Master Qing Yun supported Chang Sheng's decision not to brag about his accomplishment. He reassured Chang Sheng that he made the right choice, emphasizing the importance of secrecy in the perilous realm of immortal cultivation. He proposed informing Chang Sheng's martial uncles that he is only at the nascent soul stage in order to safeguard the secret. Chang Sheng questioned the credibility of his honest statements and expressed that if he were truly at the nascent soul phase, he would openly boast. Master Qing Yun noticed Chang Sheng's uneasiness and shared his concern. He informed Chang Sheng about his martial uncle's eagerness to arrange for their descendants to follow him. Master suggested them to accompany Chang Sheng as helpers, aligning with the unification purpose of Daluo. He sought Chang Sheng's opinion. Chang Sheng expressed doubt about the feasibility of his martial uncle's descendants following him. Despite his concerns, Master Qing Yun insisted on the plan, emphasizing the potential consequences if Chang Sheng disagreed. He warned that the martial uncles might directly intervene, highlighting their harsh nature. However, Master Qing Yun reassured Chang Sheng that he didn't have to teach them anything. They simply wanted to be in his presence and absorb his immortal energy. Furthermore, Master Qing Yun informed Chang Sheng that the descendants of 2 martial uncles belonged to a raise and morality hall, suggesting that they should be given more responsibilities. He shared his own past experiences of being deceived by these martial uncles and advised Chang Sheng not to feel guilty, encouraging him to let them face some hardships. Chang Sheng agreed to comply with the request and put the individuals down. Master Qing Yun devised a plan to assign them to Chang Sheng's peak and encouraged him to prepare for the grand ceremony. To assist him, the master provided a prepared scripture for Chang Sheng to recite. Chang Sheng expressed his gratitude for the guidance and bid farewell to the master. During their conversation, Chang Sheng emphasized the importance of honesty. Chang Sheng, understanding the nature of lies, compared them to snowballs that grow larger until melted by the sun. He contemplated blaming Liu Qingfeng for spreading rumors, but ultimately decided against it. He acknowledged that he had lied first and resolved to remain unpredictable. Chang Sheng hoped for a smooth grand ceremony the following day. At midnight, Chang Sheng was startled while taking a bath, only to discover that it was Qingfeng. Curious about the ascension rumors, Chang Sheng questioned Qingfeng, who became flustered in response. Qingfeng denied spreading the rumors and pleaded innocent, emphasizing his reputation for keeping secrets. Sensing the lack of concrete evidence, Chang Sheng decided to let the matter pass, realizing its insignificance. Chang Sheng then inquired about the reason for Qingfeng's presence. Qingfeng informed Chang Sheng that he was there on orders from the sect leader to deliver his clothes. He expressed his intention not to disturb Chang Sheng's bathing time and excused himself after delivering the message. Chang Sheng received the grand ceremony attire, which consisted of elegant daylight boots, a majestic Qilin robe, and a luxurious golden silk belt. Dalua's extravagant style left him in awe. As the time drew near, Chang Sheng was reminded that the grand ceremony was about to commence. He adorned his attire and appeared before Qingfeng, who admired him, signifying the official start of the event. Chang Sheng and Qingfeng then proceeded to burn incense and offer prayers. The disciples speculated on whether senior brother would ascend. Opinions among the disciples varied, with some believing in his ascension, while others expressed uncertainty or hoped that he would choose to stay with them. The disciples discussed the elder brother's passion, referring to a book written by Sister Zi Yun's maid. Master inquired about Chang Sheng's preparedness for the ceremony, noticing that he seemed unprepared. Chang Sheng was playfully mocked by him for his striking appearance and was handed a proclamation for the ceremony. The proclamation was deemed by Chang Sheng as audacious and lacking shame. Despite his reservations, the master insisted that it was the appropriate time for the ceremony and encouraged Chang Sheng to attend. Chang Sheng then made his way to the worship hall, where the grand appointment ceremony would officially begin. In the celestial sanctuary, Chang Sheng paid homage to the leader of the sect, the esteemed spiritual master Qing Yun, who bestowed upon him the esteemed title of eldest senior brother of Daluo. Along with this prestigious position, Chang Sheng was also granted the Daluo ancient token, symbolizing his authority to command all disciples of Daluo. Traditionally, the Daluo ancient token was held by the supreme elders, sect leader, and Daluo's holy son, signifying the highest level of authority within the sect. However, during the appointment ceremony, Liu Changsheng was presented with the ancient token, indicating his elevated status and potential future leadership role within the sect. Changsheng's exceptional appearance garnered him widespread admiration and support within the sacred land of Daluo. The collective approval from the sect leader and other high-ranking authorities positioned him as the likely successor to the sacred land. As he greeted his junior brothers and sisters, the crowd responded with awe, recognizing him as the epitome of an elder brother. The spiritual master expressed pride in his disciples' captivating qualities. 15,000 years ago, the founder of Daluo established the sacred land with unwavering determination. 12,000 years ago, a catastrophe unfolded in the eastern region. Equipped with the immortal sword of Daluo, the founder suppressed the chaos, vanquishing demons and bringing glory to the sacred land. 10,000 years ago, the founder ascended to the immortal realm, leaving behind words that urged the cultivation of continuous strength. As the eldest senior brother, Changsheng echoed these words, emphasizing the heavenly rewards that await those who diligently strive and acknowledging the challenges that come with cultivating immortality and ascending. He conveyed to the crowd that when heaven intends to bestow significant responsibilities upon an individual, it first subjects them to trials, adversity, and setbacks. This process is designed to ignite the spirit, fortify one's character, and enhance their abilities. During his speech, Changsheng eloquently highlighted the positive outcomes that arise from facing challenges. He skillfully employed metaphors such as the emergence of a good word and the growth of a plum blossom in the bitter cold to illustrate his point. Changsheng encouraged a pragmatic approach to life, urging others to embrace comprehension, have a heart for the people, and persevere in the face of adversity. As Changsheng spoke, a remarkable cloud of virtue appeared, capturing the attention and curiosity of the spectators. The master expressed his gratitude for having Liu Changsheng as his disciple, recognizing the resilience and determination that Changsheng displayed in his verses. Changsheng's words emphasized the challenges he encountered on his journey and his unwavering pursuit of his goals. Through poetic imagery, Changsheng conveyed the vastness of his path, the profound impact of his experiences, and his unwavering commitment to overcoming obstacles. His verses reflected a deep longing for success and an unwavering refusal to give up until his mission was accomplished. Changsheng's profound speech deeply resonated with the scholars in attendance, leaving them moved and inspired by his words. The holy estate was captivated by the possibility of an extraordinary orator delivering a divine discourse, pondering whether it signifies the emergence of a new saint among humanity. The enigmatic and profound nature of the speech had ignited curiosity and anticipation among those in attendance at Holy Manor. The Tianji sect in the Central Plains was in awe, realizing that the individual in question was not only a cultivation prodigy, but also regarded as a potential literary saint, evoking a surge of emotion and admiration from the Central Plains. In the sacred realm of Daluo, amidst the flurry of activity, Changsheng remained oblivious to the 9 halos adorning the back of his head, while the crowd expressed their unease due to the intense radiance. Changsheng was taken aback by the unusual silence that enveloped the heavenly temple after his speech. Suddenly, a thunderous roar echoed through the air, catching the attention of the master. To their astonishment, a magnificent halo of virtue with 12 rings appeared, a sight rarely witnessed even when mighty monks reached enlightenment. In the era of divine abbot Jie Kong at Little Layan Temple, a legendary figure emerged who had subdued the formidable Black Dragon of the East Sea 3 centuries ago, bringing about the transformation of the Black Dragon King and averting disaster. Despite this heroic feat, only a 6-ringed auspicious halo of virtue was obtained. The exceedingly rare 9-ringed auspicious halo of virtue had been attained by only a select few extraordinary individuals in the realm of immortality cultivation. Changsheng's words resonated deeply that day, leaving a lasting impact on history. His profound wisdom enlightened countless individuals, earning him great respect and admiration. As a result, a magnificent halo of merit, consisting of 9 rings, appeared behind him, symbolizing his virtuous actions. Renowned scholar Li Jing and other prominent figures in the academic community paid their respects to Liu Changsheng, acknowledging him as a half-saint among the half-human race. The presence of these esteemed scholars created a sense of awe and astonishment among the onlookers. Despite the unexpected shift in context and his newfound title as a half-saint, Changsheng remained composed, hinting that his reactions may have been deliberate, serving a specific purpose. In the vast realm of Xianxia, a multitude of disciplines such as painting, charms, alchemy, and beads converge within the realm of immortality cultivation. Scholars harness the power of literature, transforming it into a source of moral strength, enabling them to combat opposing forces with their eloquent words. Even scholars with mortal bodies can triumph over formidable adversaries, showcasing the indomitable spirit of their literary path. Chang Sheng pondered upon this profound realization. In the arduous journey of literary cultivation, a stronger resistance against demonic energy was necessary. However, the true challenge laid in the presence of emotions and desires, as they posed a risk of losing oneself. Once lost, it would be a struggle to regain that sense of self. Amidst his contemplation, an unexpected ambush disrupted the thoughts of the senior brother, bringing up the fallen star of literature. In the midst of an unexpected turn of events, the disciples underwent a remarkable transformation, progressing through multiple stages until they reached the pinnacle of the star of literary, the 9th stage. As a result, they earned the prestigious title of Teacher of Rules, showcasing their exceptional growth in literary cultivation. Emperors from various realms paid their respects to Chang Sheng, recognizing him as both a literary saint and a national leader. Feeling the weight of the situation, Chang Sheng sought his master's approval, expressing his exhaustion and a desire to bring his role in the event to a close. After the grand appointment ceremony concluded, Chang Sheng made it clear that his priority was to focus on alchemy. Secretly, he yearned to relinquish the false titles in order to accelerate his cultivation progress. As the ceremony came to an end, a disciple named Li Zheng approached Chang Sheng, seeking his guidance in overcoming challenges and advancing into the esteemed realm of great scholars. Chang Sheng found himself perplexed by the intricacies of immortality cultivation, despite Li Zheng's yearning for guidance. When questioned about the law, Chang Sheng enigmatically stated that it permeated every aspect of existence. Li Zheng then probed about the teacher, prompting Chang Sheng to amusingly assert that all living beings could serve as teachers. Overwhelmed by it all, Chang Sheng ultimately ended the conversation, feeling incapable of offering further enlightenment. Chang Sheng's literary energy was greatly enhanced through a distinctive cultivation method, leaving the essayat leaders in awe and earning praise from esteemed scholars. Li Zheng, filled with enlightenment, expressed deep gratitude towards his teacher. This achievement marked a remarkable milestone on the path towards attaining humility and becoming a saint. Chang Sheng found himself in a moment of deep reflection, questioning his very essence. The setting and his actions were of utmost importance, as they showcased the profound impact of his personal growth. The subsequent day unfolded with two remarkable occurrences in the realm of Xianxia world. Firstly, during the appointment of elder senior brother, the renowned literary prodigy underwent a transformative journey, progressing through 9 distinct phases and ultimately ascending to the esteemed position of the literary saint of our current era. Furthermore, he took it upon himself to guide Li Zheng towards a rebirth as a celestial scholar of great renown. Secondly, in the vast western deserts, Dharma Master Xuan Xin, hailed as the reincarnation of Buddha, expressed a fervent desire to engage in intellectual debates with various sects with the noble intention of spreading the teachings of Dharma. Master Xuan Xin, in the past, embarked on a remarkable journey to the 3 revered lands. Within a single day, he traversed the central plains, leaving an indelible mark that bestowed the region with its celestial title. Among the esteemed participants were a literary connoisseur and an exiled immortal, as well as a revered holy monk and a reincarnation of Buddha. The ensuing discourse transcended mere intellectual exchange, evolving into a profound clash between the philosophies of Taoism and Buddhism. As the esteemed elder brother, Chang Sheng rose to confront the inevitable words of the master echoing in his mind. He carefully observed the distinguished and prosperous individuals, pondering their unexpected decision to seek his guidance. When the martial uncles sent their sons to learn from Chang Sheng, he began by addressing them with a series of introductory statements, emphasizing the importance of patience in the cultivation process. Chang Sheng carefully considered how the parents of the disciples would react if they were aware of his unconventional methods. He made it clear that he intended to teach in a unique way, allowing the disciples to withdraw if they were unable to accept it. Chang Sheng acknowledged that he had limitations when it came to teaching traditional cultivation methods, but he had confidence in his ability to navigate through deception. His strategy involved either convincing the disciples to stay or swiftly sending them away in order to create space for those who were truly committed. He then turned his attention to junior brother Wang Ye, engaging him in a conversation about his cultivation level, specialization, his father's identity, and the property in their village. Wang Ye revealed that he had been cultivating for 12 years, had reached the complete foundation stage, and specialized in swordsmanship. He also mentioned that his father, Wang Zong, held the position of a record hall master of Daluo. Chang Sheng appointed him the duty of chopping firewood without utilizing any skills, and assured him to teach Damar once he accomplished the objective. Another disciple named Zhang He disclosed that he had been practicing for 14 years. He was still at the early stage of foundation, specializing in tracking and inspecting, and did not possess any village houses. Zhang He was assigned to stand guard near the mountainside, document visitor details, and would only be informed about the Dharma after the 9,999th visitor. Chang Sheng stressed the importance of secrecy and discouraged sharing with friends. Other brothers also stepped forward and were assigned absurd tasks. The younger brothers expressed their dissatisfaction with the appropriateness of their tasks. Chang Sheng asserted that their purpose was to cultivate, but if they were unwilling, they were free to leave. The younger brothers declared their willingness and reaffirmed their dedication. The tasks that the disciples found challenging were seemingly simple, such as wiping with a bucket of clean water without it getting dirty and sweeping leaves without using mana. Despite their reservations, they chose to remain silent out of fear of being expelled. One of the disciples claimed to have succeeded in these tasks, but this caused the junior brothers to become suspicious and prompted them to investigate Li Chun, who had greeted the senior brother. Chang Sheng remembered that he had experimented with a pill recipe and had asked Li Chun to help him with it. The pill was said to increase strength, but Chang Sheng was not impressed, as he believed that strength pills were unnecessary in the world of immortality cultivation. Li Chun explained that the pill could actually increase strength tenfold, particularly during the foundation phase. This sparked enthusiasm in Chang Sheng, who saw the potential for remarkable strength enhancement and transformation. However, Chang Sheng inquired about the possible side effects, to which Li Chun mentioned an increase in appetite. He disclosed that he had created 3 pills using limited ingredients and received a token from Chang Sheng to enter the alchemy hall for additional ingredients. Chang Sheng instructed Li Chun to promptly produce more pills due to their usefulness. Li Chun proposed naming the pill as the Supreme Vajra Pill, but Chang Sheng felt that it lacked a divine essence. He suggested the name Vajra Glazed Pill, which Li Chun admired as it conveyed dignity and was suitable for the elder senior brother. Chang Sheng advised Li Chun to return and continue practicing alchemy, suggesting that he claimed to have researched the pill himself if anyone inquired. Li Chun agreed, and the senior brother expressed gratitude for his efforts. Meanwhile, the junior disciples were curious about the conversation between Chang Sheng and Li Chun, but they were too far away to overhear. Upon noticing their presence, Chang Sheng couldn't help but wonder why they had all gathered there. He decided to bring up the topic of cooking, only to find out that the disciples confessed their inability to cook, leaving the senior brother concerned. On a picturesque morning, the junior brothers and sisters showcased their remarkable dedication to their work. As Li Chun approached the Daluo main peak, Chang Sheng couldn't help but notice his visibly slimmer figure and promptly invited him inside. Li Chun presented a bottle filled with countless Vajra-glazed pills. Chang Sheng commended Li Chun for his intelligence and highlighted the potential benefits he could reap from assisting in redefining the pills. However, he stressed the utmost importance of keeping their collaboration a secret. Li Chun, intrigued, questioned why Chang Sheng didn't publicly claim the redefined pill as his own, praising his exceptional cultivation and alchemy skills. Chang Sheng acknowledged his intentions of using Li Chun as a scapegoat, albeit indirectly. The senior brother advised Li Chun to remain humble, as Li Chun saw him as a role model. He then instructed Li Chun to focus on honing his alchemy skills and sent him off to find Qing Feng. Initially worried, Qing Feng soon realized that he held the highest level of trust from the senior brother. Qing Feng followed the instructions of the elder senior brother and provided the disciples with top-notch pills. He closely monitored their behavior and mental state for any changes. The morality of Chang Sheng's actions was questioned, but Qing Feng, upon considering the senior brother's request, agreed to proceed. The senior brother was notified about the arrival of Dharma Master Xuan Xin in the Central Plains, which resulted in a shift in the weather. Chang Sheng paid little attention to the news. Noticing Qing Feng's dissatisfaction with the response, he inquired if there was anything else. Qing Feng clarified that the change in weather was not merely about the weather, implying a deeper concern. Qing Feng then informed Chang Sheng about the recent visit of Dharma Master Xuan Xin from the Little Lei Yin Temple to the Central Plains. Xuan Xin had been engaging in debates and successfully challenging 5 out of the 10 Grace Sacred Lands. Even the Supreme Elder of the Sacred Land of Qingyun suffered a significant defeat, causing quite a commotion in the Central Plains. Qing Feng emphasized to Chang Sheng the significance of Dharma Master Xuan Xin's arrival in the Central Plains. With Xuan Xin's progress, it was anticipated that he would reach Daluo within the next 10 days or a month. Qing Feng expressed concern that the conflict between Buddhism and Taoism could escalate into a fierce battle, posing a threat to the world. Chang Sheng's reluctance to participate in battles and focus on Daluo's talent was evident. Qing Feng discussed Jin Yang's swift defeat against Dharma Master Xuan Xin. Chang Sheng refuted the notion that the fate of the Central Plains relied solely on him and emphasized the collective potential of the region. The defeated cultivators acknowledged their weaknesses, expressed their frustrations, and suggested seeking guidance from their sect's eldest senior brother, Liu Changsheng. He emphasized the belief that there was always someone better. Qin Feng expressed concerns about the repercussions of losing to the Dharma Master's challenges, foreseeing potential grievances and a lasting impact on their reputation. Frustrated, Qin Feng questioned why no one had taken action against the Dharma master on the road. However, Cheng Sheng dismissed the idea as a possibility. Xuanxin, believed to be the reincarnation of Buddha, enjoyed protection due to his perceived significance. Taking his life would entail the risk of incurring the wrath of the Buddhist sect, potentially igniting a war with grave consequences. Cheng Sheng acknowledged the gravity of the situation and resigned himself to confront the forthcoming challenges. As he pondered his limited options, he realized the need for cautious deliberation. Recognizing the immense importance of Xuanxin, Qin Feng made the decision to depart, while Cheng Sheng contemplated the bleak destiny that awaited him. Qin Feng expressed his gratitude to his fellow disciples, distributing pills to them and divulging a secret regarding debates involving Xuanxin in the Central Plains. Eagerly, the disciples implored Qin Feng for more details, prompting him to relay the information to the junior disciples. Qin Feng revealed that Xuanxin possessed an extraordinary background, which had caused distress for their father. He then recited the words of the senior brother, who spoke of making Daluo boundless through the power of invisibility. Initially intending to keep these words to himself, Qin Feng ultimately decided to share them, deeply impressed by how the senior brother perfectly embodied their intended meaning. The disciples were in awe of senior brother's skills, particularly after listening to his powerful words about expanding Daluo's boundaries and becoming invisible. News of senior brother's exceptional abilities quickly circulated throughout Daluo, with people praising him. Cheng Sheng felt a sense of unease as his right eye twitched, reminiscent of when Liu Qingfeng accused him of being an arrogant show-off. It felt as if there were numerous whispers behind his back, causing his entire body to shake. Dharma Master, Xuanxin's unparalleled prowess in the Central Plains garnered international attention towards the imminent advancement of Buddhism in the area. The long-standing rivalry between Taoism and Buddhism had sparked massive conflicts, resulting in the establishment of their respective territories and the formation of their own factions. The Central Plains, renowned for its spiritual abundance, vibrant energy, and dense population, attracted forces from all corners of the globe, each vying to gain a foothold. Despite the widespread influence of the Taoist faction, they vehemently resisted any foreign sect attempting to infiltrate the Central Plains. Numerous endeavors by the Buddhists to propagate their faith in the region were consistently met with rejection by the Taoist faction. Dharma Master, Xuanxin's consecutive triumphs over 5 sacred lands, coupled with the inability of younger generations from ancient lineages to match his debating skills, not only showcased his unparalleled eloquence, but also brought disgrace upon the Taoist faction. Qin Feng cordially greeted the martial uncles at the Immortal Palace. When inquired about Cheng Sheng's perspective on the Dharma Master, Qin Feng recounted that his senior brother fearlessly expressed his unwavering confidence and boldly proclaimed that the boundlessness of Dharma would be realized through his invisibility. Master Qing Yun found this response to be audacious and captivating. Cheng Sheng was praised for his unwavering confidence, with one of the uncles commenting on his good fortune. Qing Yun, however, downplayed this notion, while others recognized Cheng Sheng as a valuable asset to Daluo. He advised Qin Feng to depart and refrain from disturbing Cheng Sheng's training. Both Qing Yun and the uncles shared a sense of certainty that Cheng Sheng would emerge victorious. In the event that Cheng Sheng were to lose, the uncles expressed their determination to prevent the Buddhist sect from infiltrating the Central Plains and spreading the teachings of Buddha, even if it meant enduring criticism from the world. In anticipation of a potential invasion by the Buddhist sect within the next millennium, the brothers were prepared to engage in a fierce and bloody battle. They expressed their dedication to obey the sect leader's commands, highlighting the significance of Cheng Sheng's triumph in order to prevent major alterations in the Central Plains. In preparation for a potential one-on-one battle with Master Xuanxin, Cheng Sheng pondered over potential justifications to decline the challenge, such as claiming to have a cold or being in a melancholic state. However, he reminisced about the success he had achieved by using traditional sayings during the Daluo Grand Ceremony, and considered utilizing his knowledge from various texts, including the Tao Teaching Scripture, Yellowcoat Classics, and Jade Emperor Classics, as reasons to stand out in the world. He firmly believed that any action he took would attract peculiar occurrences, and contemplated the possibility of exaggerating the situation. Cheng Sheng amusingly pondered the notion that overindulging in food could result in diarrhea, while excessive drinking could lead to nausea. He cleverly used this metaphor to convey the importance of not relying solely on flattery and not stooping to a certain level. The younger brothers expressed their unwavering support for the elder brother, wishing him triumph and success in spreading the great law to elevate Daluo's reputation. Cheng Sheng humorously reflected on the unpredictability of life and encouraged embracing the present moment. The elder brother shared the same frustration as his companions as news of his upcoming debate with Dharma Master had spread throughout Daluo. He suspected that Liu Qingfeng had leaked the information and expressed his irritation at the thought of potential failure. An urgent announcement was made regarding Xuan Xin's victory and his intention to engage in a debate with the elder brother in just 7 days. In the hallowed realm of Daluo, the Temple of Discourse hummed with speculation and unease, unsettled by the uncertain outcome of the debate between elder senior brother and Dharma master. Conversations revolved around the potential ramifications for both Taoism and Buddhism. As they anxiously awaited the arrival of the participants, the tension in the air grew palpable. Dharma Master Xuan Xin, a revered figure, made his entrance into the sacred land of Daluo, commencing a thought-provoking debate with Liu Chengsheng. He began by quoting the profound principles of Taoism, emphasizing that the true essence of the Tao cannot be fully expressed in words, highlighting the nameless and boundless nature of the origin of heaven and earth. The impact of his profound words resonated deeply within the hearts of those present. Meanwhile, the Buddhists at Leiyin Temple fervently prayed for their representatives' success in the debate. The atmosphere was charged with auspicious signs, and a sense of fortune seemed to radiate from every corner, creating a truly remarkable and extraordinary spectacle. The discussion commenced with the exchange of greetings between Dhamma Master Xuan Xin and the senior brother. Cheng Sheng initiated the conversation by posing a question to Xuan Xin, inquiring about the essence of Buddha. As the debate progressed, Dharma Master provided an answer regarding Buddha, but Cheng Sheng challenged his response, causing confusion among the spectators. The senior brother elucidated that Buddha was formless and encompassed all living beings within its form, which resonated with the crowd's understanding. Drawing upon his knowledge from a previous life, Cheng Sheng contemplated the significance of this statement. Subsequently, Xuan Xin directed a question towards Cheng Sheng regarding the Taoist path. In response to the inquiry about the Taoist path, Liu confidently asserted that he embodied the essence of the path. This declaration left the Dharma Master perplexed, while the crowd, including the leaders of the sect, expressed admiration for Cheng Sheng's unconventional approach. Dharma Master acknowledged his defeat in that particular round. In the serene Little Leiyin Temple, Abbot Puji acknowledged Cheng Sheng's profound wisdom, while the humble monk admitted to being enlightened by a valuable lesson. As the second round commenced, Xuan Xin presented a thought-provoking question regarding the 8 hardships in life and how Taoism addressed them. In response, Cheng Sheng eloquently explained that Taoism adhered to the natural order of things, placing great emphasis on harmonizing with the ebb and flow of life. He proceeded to enlighten Xuan Xin on how Taoism offered a unique perspective on these hardships, urging individuals to embrace each facet of life, learn from them, and ultimately release any attachment. Rather than erasing the hardships from memory, Taoism encouraged understanding, acceptance, and transcendence, embodying the enigmatic principles of the Tao. Strategically, Cheng Sheng employed a tactic of engaging in debates with the aim of undermining the opponent's confidence and sowing seeds of doubt in their beliefs. He skillfully posed thought-provoking questions, disguising his true intention of setting traps. The ultimate objective was to maneuver the opponent into a vulnerable position where their own truths would be used against them, ultimately leading to Cheng Sheng's victory by causing the opponent to question themselves. These cunning tactics not only deceived Xuan Xin, but also bolstered Cheng Sheng's own self-assurance. In the subsequent question posed during the debate, Cheng Sheng directed his inquiry towards Xuan Xin regarding the fishmonger and a revered monk who happened to be neighbors. While the fishmonger engaged in the daily act of killing fish, the eminent monk dedicated his time to reading and reciting scriptures. Cheng Sheng sought to unravel the mystery of who would attain paradise after death between the two individuals. Dharma Master made the decision to withhold his response and maintained a state of silence, which ultimately led to a defeat. Subsequently, Cheng Sheng stepped forward and offered his answer, proposing that the fishmonger would attain paradise. He astutely elucidated that the fishmonger diligently awakened the esteemed monk each day to recite sacred texts, thereby establishing a reciprocal cycle in which both individuals accrued merits and transgressions. The audience was taken aback by this unforeseen twist. With unwavering confidence, having experienced the preceding rounds, Cheng Sheng was fully prepared to spring an unexpected surprise on Master Xuan Xin during the third question. Cheng Sheng's curiosity about enlightenment was evident in the third question, as he struggled with the idea of letting go of attachments. The Dharma Master assured him that by releasing these attachments one could attain enlightenment. The Dharma Master further explained that Buddhism encompassed 84,000 Dharma teachings, each representing a path to transcendence for sentient beings. These teachings symbolized the myriad faces and truths that ultimately led to enlightenment. Cheng Sheng, in a provocative manner, questioned whether enlightenment could be achieved through the act of slaughtering Buddha and then abandoning the sword. In response, the Dharma Master expressed his willingness to sacrifice himself for Cheng Sheng's enlightenment. However, Cheng Sheng found this notion absurd. A philosophical exchange ensued between the Dharma Master and Chang Sheng, focusing on the concept that the sword was not physically present, but metaphorically existed in the mind. At Chang Sheng's suggestion, Dharma Master Xuan Xin humbly lowered his head to introspect and acknowledged the presence of the metaphorical sword in his heart. He expressed gratitude for the clarification. After gaining profound insights, the senior brother graciously took it upon himself to elucidate Chang Sheng's words to the junior brothers and sisters. Unfortunately, some individuals perceived him as a malevolent character. The senior brother expounded on Chang Sheng's strategic inquiries directed towards Xuan Xin regarding Buddhism. Chang Sheng challenged the belief held by those who were unable to transcend and question the necessity of 84,000 Dharma teachings if enlightenment could be attained simply by relinquishing the sword. He emphasized the importance of embracing diverse paths and truths, suggesting that not everyone possessed a metaphorical sword, and raising inquiries about the attainment of enlightenment. The senior brother further explained that Chang Sheng had asked the Dharma Master if killing him and subsequently laying down the sword could lead to enlightenment. Xuan Xin, who was deeply devoted to Buddhist teachings, displayed a willingness to sacrifice himself. However, Chang Sheng's persistent questioning unveiled a symbolic sword embedded within Xuan Xin's heart. The senior brother commended Chang Sheng's wisdom, proclaiming him as the preeminent figure within the Taoist sect. The junior brothers found themselves perplexed and admitted their lack of comprehension. Sensing their confusion, the senior brother clarified that the sword symbolized obsession, underscoring Xuan Xin's unawareness of his own fixation. Chang Sheng received praise from the senior brother for his clever utilization of questions as answers. Despite Dharma Master admitting his defeat, he still held on to a feeling of discontent. Xuan Xin expressed confusion over the perceived clash between Buddhism and Taoism, highlighting their shared objective of guiding individuals towards goodness. The conversation delved into the disparities in their teachings, with Buddhism focusing on transcending all sentient beings through devotion to Buddha, while Taoism emphasized cause and effect as a component of faith. Xuan Xin raised doubts about the concept of fate, and Chang Sheng explained fate as a dynamic force influenced by both the heavens and human desires. It underscored the significance of the heart in shaping fate, connecting causes and outcomes in the cycle of birth, growth, decay, and decline. Chang Sheng's remarks about his study of Theravada Buddhism were met with disbelief and anger from the martial uncles, the crowd, and the monks. His statements were seen as arrogant and insulting to the entire Buddhist sect, causing strong reactions and disbelief at the audacity of a relatively new disciple like Chang Sheng. Prompted by the strange wind, Chang Sheng made the decision to teach the Dharma Master about Mahayana Buddhism. He questioned whether the emptiness of the 5 skandhas and freedom from suffering truly reflected the essence of Mahayana teachings. According to Mahayana, emptiness was described as the nature of existence, emphasizing that material forms and mental aspects shared the same emptiness. It emphasized the absence of inherent existence in various aspects, including the senses and elements of experience. This concept extended to the absence of ignorance, old age, death, and the perpetual cycle of existence, highlighting the emptiness of inherent characteristics. Chang Sheng continued reciting the teachings of Mahayana nature. He questioned traditional beliefs and encouraged deep reflection on the true nature of reality. In the vast deserts of the West, the humble Lei temple witnessed a celestial event as the Bodhisattva Avalokiteshvara proclaimed the profound wisdom of perceiving the emptiness of the 5 skandhas, freeing them from suffering. This declaration emphasized the unity of material form and emptiness, echoing the essence of Buddha's teachings. The common people recognized the significance of this event and celebrated the appearance of Buddha, acknowledging his role in imparting wisdom to his disciples. The atmosphere in the temple was filled with spiritual importance and reverence. Meanwhile, in the Tianji sect, a young girl questioned why her master was shedding tears, speculating that it was due to their sect having an extraordinary genius. The sect leader clarified that the tears were tears of regret, expressing the inability to fully comprehend a person who, in addition to being a literary saint, also turned out to be a teacher of Buddha's disciples. The girl pondered whether the senior brother's decision to join the Taoist sect was a negative development. The master, however, dismissed her concerns and confidently stated that being a teacher of Buddha's did not hinder one's ability to practice Taoism. He further explained that since Chang Sheng had become a disciple of the Taoist sect, his previous affiliation with Buddhism was irrelevant. The master, belonging to the Tianji sect, hinted at Chang Sheng's extraordinary identity, describing him as a son of the common folk, a son of Taoism, and a being that defied common sense. He emphasized the importance of not labeling or defining Chang Sheng and issued a strict order to all sect members, warning them not to antagonize him. Any member who disobeyed this order would face expulsion from the sect. The girl acknowledged the master's order, In various locations, such as the Northern Mountains Range atop Kunlun Mountain and Demon Mountain in Nan'an, there was growing unrest and concern over the emergence of a significant figure known as the Son of Heaven. The Northern Mountain Range expressed their frustration regarding the dominance of Taoism and Buddhism, questioning why their holy clan was not given the opportunity to prosper. The arrival of this individual has stirred up emotions, with some contemplating rebellion against the heavens. In response to this perceived threat, orders were given in Nan'an to expedite plans and summon a demon saint. Meanwhile, in Daluo, there was a special effect associated with Xuanxin that caught Changsheng's attention. He remarked on its impressive nature and assumed that Xuanxin was satisfied with it, allowing him to call it a day. However, suddenly there was a change in lighting, which grabbed the senior brother's attention and created a sense of uncertainty about whether it would continue. The upper half of the bright light ceased its radiance, while the lower half became illuminated, causing Changsheng to express concern over the possibility of blindness. This sparked astonishment and curiosity among the onlookers. To their surprise, the legendary innate supreme yin and yang body, also known as the crystalline body, and ranked third among the divine physics, made its appearance. The crowd was amazed as this body had the ability to transform into yin and yang, closely aligning with the natural order. If Changsheng succeeded in condensing it into the legendary creative body, it would be a remarkable Taoist achievement that was expected to bring prosperity to the Taoist sect for another 100,000 years. Senior brother Changsheng was greatly admired by the crowd, who considered him the best and truly awe-inspiring. Despite the usual envy that arises with such exceptional genius, Changsheng seemed to effortlessly accomplish everything, leaving an impression of inevitability. Xuanxin's accomplishment of attaining a 9th grade Golden Lotus was acknowledged by onlookers, signifying his awakening to the Mahayana Dharma. Changsheng, the legendary innate supreme, was highly praised for his enlightenment, wisdom, and unwavering dedication. Consequently, the disciples of Buddha were instructed to display immense respect by performing 9 kowtows upon meeting him. Liu Changsheng was bestowed with the esteemed title of teacher to the disciples of Buddha, receiving great honor in the process. Xuanxin expressed his earnest desire to remain by Changsheng's side and continue his study of the Mahayana law. However, Changsheng, in an attempt to distance himself from Xuanxin, asserted that the law did not reside within him and questioned the benefits of cultivating alongside him. His intention was to dissuade Xuanxin from staying. Xuanxin pondered over his previous mistakes, recognizing the unhealthy fixation in his heart that had inflicted harm upon others. He conveyed his comprehension and appreciation for the significance of the path they were treading on. Determined, he made a solemn promise to perform acts of kindness every day, aiming to repay his karmic debts and seeking forgiveness from those he had wronged. The onlookers lauded the senior brother, taken aback by the unexpected turn of events that had prevented the anticipated confrontation. Conversely, Changsheng was brimming with enthusiasm, relieved that the task had finally been accomplished. Changsheng expressed his relief at successfully overcoming a difficult situation. He attributed his triumph to the power of knowledge and his diligent efforts. Changsheng recognized that the ordeal, although terrifying, primarily revolved around delivering impactful statements during the debate. To ensure a favorable outcome, he strategically employed scriptures as a decisive move. Changsheng firmly believed that even though Xuanxin possessed talent, understanding his profound wisdom would require time. He asserted that neither the law nor reason could sway Xuanxin. Stressing that his own destiny was intertwined with the situation, he deemed escape impossible. Changsheng disclosed that he shared the Mahayana Dharma with Xuanxin for specific purposes and confidently declared that he had complete control over everything. Reflecting on his victory, Changsheng acknowledged his accomplishments and expressed his assurance in not being blinded by success. Changsheng, confident in his alchemy skills, expressed his desire to refine pills, which earned him praise from the leaders of the Daluo sect. Master Qing Yun was commended for having such a promising disciple. However, Wang Liang expressed frustration for missing out on Changsheng due to some past interference. Master Qing Yun dismissed Wang Liang's claims of having his eyes on Changsheng first, responding with a clever remark about beautiful dreams. The sect leaders anticipated a potential conflict or contrast between the two, so they suggested observing the unfolding drama. Wang Liang hinted at having an idea, but Qin Yun shut him down with a sharp comment. Despised, Master Qing Yun believed that Wang Liang should share his opinion, creating an atmosphere of tension and speculation among the sect leaders regarding the dynamics between the two masters. Wang Liang proposed making Changsheng the great senior brother of the Taoist sect. Emphasizing his excellence, Qing Yun declined and was accused of selfishness. The sect leaders agreed with Wang Liang's suggestion, highlighting Changsheng's role as the teacher of Buddhist disciples. Qing Yun voiced his concern regarding the decision to appoint Changsheng as the great senior brother, as he feared it might lead to discontent among disciples from different sects. In response, Wang Liang proposed using force against any opposition, but Qing Yun restrained and questioned the hasty decision. He also raised doubts about Chang Sheng's ability to gain acceptance considering the talent present within the Taoist sect. To address these concerns, Wang Liang suggested sending Chang Sheng to visit various sacred lands, believing that his exceptional qualities would convince the disciples. The sect leaders agreed to this proposal, but Qing Yun expressed his worry about Chang Sheng's willingness and suggested seeking his opinion before proceeding. Chang Sheng, despite expressing annoyance at the stares and inconvenience of the summons, made his way to the palace. Master Qing Yun confirmed his presence, and Chang Sheng respectfully greeted him, along with the martial uncles. He received compliments for his appearance and demeanor, which made Qing Yun proud of him. Chang Sheng received complimentary remarks from the martial uncles, who acknowledged his achievements. However, when Master Qing Yun proposed making him the great senior brother of the Taoist sect, Chang Sheng felt a sense of unease, realizing the added responsibility that would come with the position. He expressed doubts about his abilities and desired a simple and humble life. Despite his reservations, the martial uncles reassured Chang Sheng, emphasizing their unanimous agreement on appointing him as the great senior brother of the Taoist sect. Chang Sheng anxiously awaited the master's response, hoping for his support. The martial uncles commended the master for his excellent upbringing of Chang Sheng, and despite Chang Sheng's concerns, he ultimately accepted the appointment as the great senior brother of the Taoist sect. The sect began preparations for the upcoming celebration and returned to their respective sects. Chang Sheng reluctantly agreed to embark on a journey to the various sects in the Central Plains, as he was determined to become the great senior brother of the Taoist sect. Despite his worries about the dangers that awaited him and the impact it might have on his cultivation, Master assured him that his progress would not be hindered. Qing Yun, in an attempt to ease Chang Sheng's concerns, emphasized his esteemed status and played down the risks involved. Although senior brother felt hesitant, Qing Yun assured him that he would not break his promise. The master seemed unconcerned about Chang Sheng's worries and promised to arrange for his protection during the journey. Grateful for the reassurance, Chang Sheng acknowledged the plan and took his leave to rest. Liu Changsheng pondered upon the inequity prevailing in the world, where superficiality held more importance than personal growth. He deliberated the idea of evading the upcoming departure, but soon recognized the obstacles and limitations associated with it. He explored various strategies to avoid embarking on the journey, such as feigning a severe illness, but ultimately dismissed them as impracticable. Acknowledging his straightforward nature, Changsheng contemplated the imminent expedition. Subsequently, Qing Feng informed Changsheng about the delightful news of his appointment as the esteemed senior brother of the Taoist sect. However, Changsheng responded with discontent and instructed Qing Feng to depart. The appointment of the Taoist sect's esteemed senior brother had been finalized, and Changsheng was now ready to embark on his journey across the Central Plains using teleportation. Throughout his travels, he would pass through various sacred lands that were protected to ensure his safety. Being cautious about the potential risks he might encounter along the way, Chang Sheng decided to refine more pills as gifts. These pills would not only facilitate interactions with other sects, but also serve as a means of self-preservation against wild monsters and bandits. Driven by determination, Chang Sheng headed to the alchemy hall to begin refining the pills. Qing Feng, who accompanied him, saw this as an opportunity to impress the senior brother and outshine their fellow brother Li Chun in his eyes. As they entered the alchemy hall, Chang Sheng unveiled a magnificent golden phoenix furnace. Qing Feng couldn't help but admire the furnace, and just as they were about to commence the pill refining process, Chang Sheng securely closed the door, piquing Qing Feng's curiosity. As Qing Feng noticed Chang Sheng's grave expression, he pondered whether the senior brother was apprehensive about the formula being divulged. He also contemplated the prospect of Chang Sheng intending to utilize him as a component. Nevertheless, Qing Feng disregarded these notions, convinced that Chang Sheng held enough respect for him, despite senior sister Zi Yun's superior power. Chang Sheng made an attempt to establish a close connection with Qing Feng, who cautioned against acting on impulse. Qing Feng appreciated the affection from their senior brother, but firmly stated that a romantic involvement was not feasible. It later became evident that Qing Feng had misunderstood Chang Sheng's comment, mistakenly assuming it hinted at a romantic relationship, and subsequently clarified it as a misunderstanding. To Qing Feng's surprise, he discovered that the topic of discussion was his involvement in alchemy, which was not what he had anticipated. Chang Sheng criticized Qing Feng for his lack of effort in learning alchemy, emphasizing the significance of comprehending and adhering to pill recipes. Concerned about the potential risks involved, Qing Feng expressed his fear of his father's reaction if anything were to go wrong and pleaded with Chang Sheng to spare him from the task. Despite Chang Sheng's ulterior motives to exploit Qing Feng, he still encouraged him, highlighting his potential for greatness in alchemy. Despite Qing Feng's initial skepticism, Chang Sheng stressed the importance of taking a leap of faith to uncover hidden talents. Successfully, he managed to motivate Qing Feng, who now expressed a newfound determination to become a master of alchemy. This pleased the senior brother. While maintaining a vigilant attitude, Chang Sheng closely observed Qing Feng's alchemy experiment. He remained prepared to respond to any potential hazards, all the while contemplating the consequences of his actions and demonstrating a strong sense of responsibility towards Qing Feng's well-being. Expressing apprehension regarding potential dangers, Chang Sheng urgently advised Qing Feng to flee and avoid any potential injuries during the alchemical process. In response, Qing Feng informed Chang Sheng that the pill had been successfully refined. Following Chang Sheng's urging, Qing Feng proceeded to open the furnace, yet remained curious about the effects of the pill. Based on the medicinal ingredients, Qing Feng accurately identified the refined pill as a blood and energy tonifying pill. Chang Sheng suggested that Qing Feng test the pill's effectiveness. The formulation of the blood and energy tonifying pill was derived from the Golden Crow Vigor formula, which Chang Sheng had shared. Due to concerns, Qing Feng proposed having fellow brothers outside the experiment try the pill. Agreeing with Qing Feng, Chang Sheng emphasized the importance of testing the pill's efficacy. Later, he discovered that the blood and energy tonifying pill caused amnesia when ingested. Perplexed by this unexpected development, Chang Sheng sought an explanation from Qing Feng, acknowledging the need to consider alternative plans. Worried about the situation, Qing Feng sought guidance from Chang Sheng on how to handle it. Chang Sheng comforted Qing Feng, urging him not to panic, and requested more information regarding the situation. Qing Feng disclosed that the individual who attempted the pill was a disciple hailing from the esteemed Ziqing sacred land named Zhao Yang. Worried about the potential repercussions, Chang Sheng initiated an investigation to determine who else was present during the incident. Inquiring further, Chang Sheng asked Qing Feng about the disciple he encountered at the base of the mountain. Qing Feng elaborated that the disciple was covertly absorbing immortal energy, revealing that a multitude of individuals had congregated beneath the primary peak to absorb Chang Sheng's immortal energy. Some senior brothers even forsook their own dwellings to reside on the main peak and cultivate. Rumors circulated that these cultivators experienced profound enlightenment and breakthroughs in their cultivation after assimilating the immortal energy. Chang Sheng was skeptical about the idea of people gathering to absorb his immortal energy for cultivation. Despite Qing Feng's admiration, Chang Sheng commented on the seriousness of their illness. When Chang Sheng asked if anyone else had witnessed the encounter, Qing Feng confirmed that no one else had. Chang Sheng instructed Qing Feng not to admit to meeting the disciple under any circumstances, emphasizing the importance of keeping it a secret, even if it meant risking their lives. Qing Feng wondered if Chang Sheng meant they should deny the encounter since no one else knew about it. Qing Feng expressed concern about the possibility of someone discovering the truth. Chang Sheng insisted on maintaining secrecy, assuring Qing Feng that he would take responsibility if anything went wrong. Despite Qing Feng's worry about the disciple regaining his memory, Chang Sheng urged them to continue with their alchemy and act as if nothing had happened. Chang Sheng reminded Qing Feng not to act impulsively, suggesting another amnesia pill if the disciple were to regain his memory. Qing Feng acknowledged Chang Sheng's wisdom. They then discussed two pill recipes, the Vajra glazed pill, which enhances nascent soul cultivation but increases appetite, and the True Phoenix blood pill, which heals wounds and stops bleeding but has the side effect of causing amnesia. Chang Sheng introduced a third pill recipe, which he had modified into an enlightenment pill to enhance learning abilities. He assured Qing Feng that it was stable and safe to use, given the ingredients used. Qing Feng admired Chang Sheng's expertise and jokingly complimented his good looks. Qing Feng admired Chang Sheng's audacity in throwing the ingredients into the furnace, a bold move even for top alchemists. However, Chang Sheng acknowledged the danger, noting that only protagonists could afford to take such risks. As they watched, the furnace exploded. The junior brothers were taken aback by the peculiar noises emanating from the main peak, prompting them to embark on an investigation. Meanwhile, in Daluo Palace, the master detected the aroma of an extraordinary immortal pill being concocted. Upon learning about Chang Sheng's alchemy, the uncles decided to personally witness it. Chang Sheng contemplated his success in alchemy, attributing it to his unwavering diligence and dedication. He pondered the possibility that he might not be as worthless as he had believed, acknowledging his relentless efforts in studying and practicing alchemy. Despite his modest cultivation and physical strength, he realized that relying solely on his appearance was insufficient. When he gazed upon the pill, he found no admiration in its unattractive appearance. Chang Sheng bemoaned his perceived unattractiveness and shortcomings, feeling disheartened despite his endeavors. Qing Feng innocently inquired about the outcome of the alchemy, unintentionally exacerbating Chang Sheng's distress. Meanwhile, Qingfeng was enthralled by the alluring scent of the pill, eagerly anticipating its beauty. However, Chang Sheng harbored apprehension about the pill's appearance, fearing it would not live up to the expectations set by its fragrance. Chang Sheng expressed disillusionment with the notion that beauty could solve all problems, recognizing its limitations despite his own handsome features. Meanwhile, Qingfeng praised the pill's quality, oblivious to Chang Sheng's inner turmoil. Nevertheless, Chang Sheng cynically commended Qingfeng's ability to flatter without reservation. Qingfeng openly praised the extraordinary immortal pill, acknowledging Chang Sheng's remarkable skills as the reason behind its creation. Nevertheless, Chang Sheng cast doubt on Qingfeng's confidence and deflected any responsibility for potential imperfections in the pill, placing the blame on external influences. Qingfeng diligently recorded his observations, determined to learn from Chang Sheng's refining process. However, Chang Sheng expressed doubt about the pill's quality solely based on its appearance, expressing dissatisfaction with its visual aspect. This prompted Qingfeng to question Chang Sheng's certitude. Upon reflection, Chang Sheng realized that the exceptional immortal pill might not necessarily have to conform to a round shape. In order to test his doubts, he gave Qingfeng the opportunity to present the pill, but upon closer inspection, his doubts were only reinforced. Qingfeng's father shared a valuable insight, mentioning that true immortal items often possess extraordinary qualities despite their simple appearance. Despite the pill's unappealing look, Qingfeng believed that it might indeed be effective. After consuming the pill, Qingfeng experienced a clear-headedness and described its taste as both sweet and sour, which prompted him to inquire about its nature. In response, Chang Sheng instructed Qingfeng to assist in rolling pills and to remain inside the alchemy hall regardless of any circumstances. Chang Sheng suspected that the uncles were approaching to question him about Li Yang, leaving him puzzled about the situation. Chang Sheng, feeling overwhelmed, contemplated confessing to the situation directly, experiencing a rare sense of responsibility as an older brother. He warmly welcomed the master and the martial uncles, who eagerly expressed their desire to witness the extraordinary immortal pill. Liu Qing, Qingfeng's father, appeared astonished to see his son rolling pills instead of learning from his older brother. He scolded Qingfeng for his actions, urging him to leave and avoid further embarrassment. Reluctantly, Qingfeng agreed to depart, questioning how his inner thoughts were audible when Liu Qing admonished him for talking back. The martial uncle intervened, reminding Liu Qing to remain calm and showcasing the emotional skills he had honed as an older brother. Qingfeng then presented them with the exceptional immortal pill. The master suggested punishing Qingfeng, leaving him bewildered. Despite Qingfeng's insistence on the truth, his father accused him of lying and proceeded to whip him. Chang Sheng felt remorseful for Qingfeng and wished him good luck. The martial uncles and the master discussed the enchanting scent of the extraordinary immortal pill, urging Chang Sheng to disclose its origin. Chang Sheng clarified that the pill residue in Qingfeng's hands was the one he had refined, which caused disbelief among the martial uncles. The master silenced them and questioned their insistence on seeing the exceptional immortal pill, implying that Chang Sheng had valid reasons for keeping it hidden. The martial uncles agreed and decided to depart. Chang Sheng appreciated the master's support despite his usual unreliability. In return, the master presented Chang Sheng with a ring prepared for his journey. It dawned on Chang Sheng that the ring the master gave him was likely the Qiankun Lucky Ring, a cherished possession of great significance. This ring had been passed down through generations in the sacred land of Daluo and held the true soul of Daluo for protection. The master expressed his lack of familial and worldly attachments, emphasizing Chang Sheng's importance to him. The master displayed his genuine concern for Chang Sheng's upcoming journey, treating him with utmost care and affection as if he were his own child, despite their relatively short acquaintance of only 3 years. He harbored worries about the potential dangers and minor issues that could arise during the trip. In order to ensure Chang Sheng's safety, he covertly prepared a route and provided him with a map, while also arranging for a few individuals to offer protection. The master emphasized the immense importance of the 12 Great Lotus and the Qiankun Lucky Ring, assuring Chang Sheng that they would provide ample protection unless confronted by a formidable adversary who had surpassed calamity. The master expressed his unwavering commitment to safeguarding Chang Sheng even in the face of grave peril. Chang Sheng deeply appreciated the master's profound care and the sacrifices he had made, yet he found himself torn between their roles as master and disciple, and as father and son. Despite the master's insistence, Chang Sheng struggled to fully accept such an extraordinary level of devotion and care, and he respectfully kowtowed to his master. "Master," Chang Sheng said, "you have shown me immense kindness. Please allow me to examine the exceptional immortal pill," one of the martial uncles urged. "Indeed, you are truly my dear master," Chang Sheng acknowledged. Under the guidance of Taoist Qing Yun, Liu Changsheng had no choice but to bring the conversation to an end by claiming that he had consumed the immortal pill. "You should have at least allowed me to examine it," the master remarked. "I promise I will show it to you next time," Changsheng assured. Despite feeling somewhat disappointed that his disciple had taken the pill himself, Taoist Qing Yun departed from the main peak with a smile on his face. "Since you have already ingested it, there is no need to worry," the master stated. "Goodbye, master," Changsheng bid farewell. Changsheng felt a sense of relief after going through the ordeal. Senior brother emerged from the alchemy hall, and the martial uncle eagerly inquired about the immortal pill and the peculiar scent he carried. However, the sect leader cautioned against hastily revealing such secrets, emphasizing the importance of discretion even among trusted members. Eventually, Master agreed to describe the immortal pill, but stressed the necessity of secrecy. Liu Qing affirmed their commitment to discretion, highlighting the importance of remaining silent when questioned by others. Master described the immortal pill as the size of a longan, transparent, emitting a unique fragrance and adorned with faint golden patterns on its surface. It emitted ancient chants and exuded an aura of luck. Its appearance even attracted divine beasts like dragons and phoenixes. Despite the challenge of describing its magnificence, the master expressed gratitude for having seen it and urged its immediate consumption to preserve its exceptional nature from earthly contamination. The martial uncle expressed disappointment upon learning that Changsheng had already consumed the immortal pill. However, the master reassured them, emphasizing Changsheng's potential as a disciple. He promised that when the time came, Changsheng would provide each of them with a bottle of the pill. The martial uncles were pleased with this arrangement. Master inwardly chuckled at having deceived everyone. He redirected the discussion towards Changsheng's future role as the Holy Son upon his return, which the elders and junior brothers agreed was the top priority. Rumors began to spread in Daluo, initiated by Liu Qing, who claimed to have witnessed the exceptional immortal pill possessing extraordinary abilities. Despite Qin Feng's warning about secrecy, the rumors escalated, with claims that consuming the immortal pill could lead to a three-realm. The following day, Changsheng approached Qin Feng to inquire about the potential healing properties of the pill. He proposed that it could potentially compel one to speak only the truth. After consuming a small portion, Qin Feng felt a sense of enlightenment and found himself capable of confronting any challenge while instinctively speaking the truth. He named it the Enlightenment Truth Pill, acknowledging the inconvenience of always speaking truthfully, but appreciating the enlightenment it brought. Changsheng made the decision to cease his own alchemy endeavors and instead allow other disciples to follow the recipe. As Changsheng prepared to depart, he made a firm resolution to learn Taoist techniques for self-protection, regardless of others' abilities. He instructed Changsheng to stay behind and continue refining the pills. He contemplated the need to independently devise strategies, recognizing his reliance on himself during crucial moments. As he left, the onlookers were amazed by the presence of the 12th grade Lotus and hailed him as the eldest senior brother. Changsheng was impressed by the scene and thought to himself, "This is indeed the place," as he arrived at the literature pavilion. Liu Changsheng, the elder senior brother of Daluo, was granted access to the literature pavilion without any opposition. He made his presence known and proposed starting from the 9th floor. However, he acknowledged that although he could understand the Taoist techniques on the 9th floor, the level requirements presented a hindrance to his learning. Frustrated by the limitations imposed by his cultivation level, Changsheng decided to skip ahead to the 5th floor, feeling indignant about being underestimated due to his lower cultivation. Enraged by the situation, he made up his mind to bypass the higher-level techniques and focus on the 2nd floor. Initially, Changsheng found it hard to believe the circumstances, but eventually, he came to accept them. He pondered why his efforts went unnoticed by others, despite his dedication to waking up and sleeping earlier than chickens. Feeling frustrated about being in the refinement phase, he descended to the 1st floor. The crowd and his junior brothers admired him as he made his way down. In Daluo, the refinement phase was merely a means of rehabilitation without the necessity of cultivating techniques. Despite the discouraging titles of the books, Changsheng was determined to prove the worth of refinement cultivators. The younger siblings observed Changsheng as he studied the techniques of the refinement phase, unsure of his intentions. Changsheng realized that hiding the truth was pointless and accepted that his novice status would eventually be revealed. He contemplated the idea that Taoist techniques had no inherent strength or weakness, but rather each possessed its own unique qualities. An elder pointed out that while others focused solely on the power of techniques, Changsheng understood their essence. The younger siblings respectfully greeted the elder, who emphasized that true strength came from the cultivator, not the technique, highlighting Changsheng's superiority. The elder reiterated that in this realm, even an immortal with a single blade of grass could surpass someone wielding an immortal weapon, emphasizing the absence of supremacy. Changsheng reflected on his own understanding and knowledge, feeling humbled by the elder's words. The younger siblings expressed gratitude for the teachings, acknowledging the wisdom imparted. Chang Sheng thanked the elder for his guidance and expressed his intention to frequently visit the library. The elder offered to teach him daily, but Chang Sheng politely declined, promising to visit regularly. Despite the limited selection of refinement techniques, according to the elders, the true power lies within the cultivators themselves. Despite his inability to cultivate, Chang Sheng possessed a talent for quickly absorbing knowledge from books. He remained determined to have faith in himself and discover the techniques that suited him best. With a mindset of perseverance leading to triumph, he resolved to give his utmost in his pursuits. After meticulously studying offensive technique scrolls, Chang Sheng carefully handpicked 2 sword skills that resonated with his nature as a sword immortal. The initial scroll he opted for was the weak Golden Yang sword skill, despite acknowledging its lack of substantial power. Although it belonged to the gold attribute swordsmanship, its ability to penetrate hard rocks was limited at best. This technique involved harnessing spirit energy, condensing it into golden spirit energy, and shaping it into a flying sword. According to the Jade record, unleashing its full potential required utilizing 1/3 of the body's mana. However, as Chang Sheng practiced, he was taken aback by unexpected booming sounds, prompting him to question the cause. The junior disciples were captivated by a brilliant golden light emanating from Chang Sheng's direction. They speculated about the nature of this aura, and soon realized that Chang Sheng was cultivating the Golden Yang swordsmanship. Despite being a technique from the refinement phase, the sight of Chang Sheng's mastery was truly awe-inspiring. One of the disciples confirmed that Chang Sheng's technique was indeed the Golden Yang swordsmanship, noting the remarkable execution achieved through refinement realm mana. As Chang Sheng prepared to unleash the sword's energy, he sensed the depletion of 1/3 of his mana, indicating the perfect moment to execute the attack. The resulting explosion caught the attention of the junior disciple, causing the master to express concern about the shockwave. Witnessing this spectacle, Wang Jinyang felt astounded. Realizing his own insignificance in comparison to Chang Sheng's skill, he humbly admitted to overestimating himself and acknowledged his ignorance in light of Chang Sheng's prowess. The investigation concluded, and the elder eagerly anticipated the report. The messenger arrived with news that someone had been practicing techniques and had obliterated a small mountain. Astonished by the audacity of this act, the master expressed outrage and demanded that the perpetrator be punished in the punishment hall. The martial uncles agreed, insisting on further punishment in the law enforcement hall. The atmosphere grew tense as everyone feared the consequences. However, the tension dissipated when it was revealed that the culprit was the elder's senior brother. It was confirmed that martial nephew Chang Sheng was responsible, which was deemed acceptable considering his limited time and understanding. The martial uncles commended his diligence, recognizing him as the future holy son of Daluo. They dismissed the destruction of the small mountain as insignificant, attributing it to Chang Sheng's hard work. One of the junior brothers questioned if Chang Sheng's cultivation truly belonged to the refinement phase, feeling inadequate in comparison. Despite their reluctance, a senior brother admitted that Chang Sheng's sword energy surpassed that of golden core cultivators, potentially causing severe harm or even death upon contact. Chang Sheng found the environment realm terrifying, considering it to be of low power despite its destructive capabilities. He reflected on the insignificance of smashing a small mountain in the Xianxia world, where true powerhouses could manipulate celestial bodies. He acknowledged the force as high within the refinement phase, but considered it insignificant compared to the broader world. Chang Sheng recognized the difficulty of cultivating with spirit energy as the primary focus, gathering mana and using mental power to combine it into the seal of Daluo Fist, unleashing powerful punches. Several people cautioned against panicking, suggesting that Chang Sheng may not have been specifically targeting them. Chang Sheng confronted the unidentified assailants, encouraging them to engage in dialogue instead of resorting to violence. Despite his attempts at diplomacy, he eventually had to employ the seal of Daluo Fist to protect himself. The master called for someone to look into the situation while the confrontation persisted. Chang Sheng continued to utilize the seal of Daluo Fist, leaving those who witnessed its power in awe. In general, there was a profound admiration for Chang Sheng's exceptional abilities. Each realm along the immortal path is like its own celestial realm, with no possibility of ascending or descending. No matter how formidable one becomes in the refinement realm, they cannot surpass the foundation realm. Similarly, no matter how mighty a cultivator in the foundation realm may be, they cannot reach the co-formation realm. A tower stands between each realm, and any attempt to cross it results in defeat. Throughout history, defeating a foundation phase cultivator with refinement phase abilities has been likened to being a dragon among mere mortals. Similarly, overcoming a co-formation phase cultivator with foundation phase skills is considered an extraordinary accomplishment. If one manages to defeat a golden core phase cultivator using co-formation phase abilities, they are hailed as a peerless genius. Unbeknownst to Liu Changsheng, his actions had elevated him to the status of a peerless, genius-like existence. In addition to the previously demolished mountains, this marked the fourth one. Changsheng grew concerned about the repercussions of destroying public property, especially since he lacked the means to address the issue. He wondered if anyone would believe him if he claimed that the mountains had self-destructed. His martial uncle dismissed the destruction as inconsequential, emphasizing Changsheng's happiness. Reflecting on his day's training, Changsheng had practiced the Golden Yang swordsmanship, the seal of Daluo fist, as well as escape and transformation techniques. Despite their unassuming appearance, he recognized their effectiveness in saving his life. Exhausted, Changsheng decided to call it a day. Changsheng found the situation intriguing, contemplating the act of writing meaningless words. He pondered the concept of internal spirit energy pressure and its potential to trigger a chain reaction similar to a grenade explosion. Considering the idea of carrying hundreds of such grenades for cultivation, he envisioned effortlessly vanquishing legendary creatures and demons. Determined to swiftly implement his plan before descending from the mountain, he set his mind to it. Changsheng assigned the pill recipes to the younger disciples, and also instructed Li Chun to gather a group of 20 experienced alchemists for experimentation. After 2 weeks, Li Chun finished his tasks. Hoping that he hadn't made senior brother wait for too long, he showed his impatience during the wait, while also enjoying leek and egg buns. The junior disciples were amazed by Changsheng's advancement to the intermediate stage of refinement. Li Chun greeted elder senior brother Changsheng and congratulated him on his breakthrough. Changsheng expressed gratitude to Li Chun for his hard work and asked about his progress in alchemy. "Senior brother, please take a look," said Li Chun. Changsheng asked why the pill looked a certain way. Upon observing the light red color and fragrance, Changsheng deduced that it resembled a blood-boosting pill. Li Chun explained his reasoning behind the concoction, stating that he added blood crush to confuse enemies. He envisioned a scenario where he pretended to ingest the pill to heal wounds, prompting adversaries to approach, only to be caught off guard when he threw the pill and activated its effects. Li Chun expressed excitement about the idea. "Wow!" exclaimed Changsheng. Li Chun expressed concern about being presumptuous, but Changsheng reassured him, praising the idea as well-founded. Changsheng observed Li Chun's seemingly simple demeanor, but acknowledged his hidden complexity and cautioned himself to be careful around him. Li Chun proposed testing the pill's power, but Changsheng asked if he had tested it himself. Li Chun explained that the alchemy elder warned against the pill's violent inner spirit energy, making it risky to experiment randomly. Despite the risks, Changsheng agreed to proceed with the test. "Is this place okay?" asked Changsheng. Li Chun agreed. Changsheng instructed Li Chun to try the pill while expressing high hopes for him, then ran away to hide behind a rock. Li Chun pondered why he felt unhappy, despite Changsheng's trust. Despite his internal conflict, Li Chun agreed to proceed. He threw the pill as it exploded, causing chaos. Changsheng, already accustomed to such situations, observed calmly from his hiding spot. The onlookers were in awe of the massive mushroom cloud that had formed. They couldn't help but notice that Changsheng's cultivation seemed to be growing stronger with each experiment. In response to Changsheng's actions, there was a rush to save the junior disciples and martial uncles from the explosion. Impressed by Changsheng's abilities, Li Chun expressed his amazement at the power displayed. Curious about the pill's effects on golden core cultivators, Changsheng asked Li Chun. In reply, Li Chun stated that even nascent soul cultivators would struggle to withstand its impact. Changsheng revealed his intention to bring more pills with him when he descended the mountain, planning to use them against enemies if necessary. The medicinal pill's potency was remarkable, but the ingredients required were extremely valuable, causing Li Chun to express concern about mass production. However, since it was needed by the eldest brother, he considered it not impossible. He estimated that they could produce up to 500 pills. Changsheng believed this quantity would be sufficient, especially against nascent swamp cultivators. He then instructed Li Chun to refine 1,000 pills for him before descending the mountain, promising generous rewards for a job well done. Li Chun pledged to give his best effort and expressed gratitude to Changsheng for his favor. He then asked about the pill's name. Changsheng responded with the name Blissful Devil's Subduing Pill, finding it rather impressive. However, Li Chun proposed a more concise alternative, suggesting the name Explosive Pill, which Changsheng deemed unsatisfactory. Consequently, he dismissed Li Chun, feeling exasperated by his limited knowledge, and instructed him to depart. Qing Feng then called out to Changsheng, inquiring about the pill. In response, Qing Feng conveyed that the sect leader had issued a decree, summoning Changsheng to the Daluo Academy to impart teachings on Taoism law to the disciples. Changsheng was filled with unease as he contemplated teaching Taoism techniques with only his refinement phase cultivation. He conveyed his concerns to Qing Feng, instructing him to inform the sect leader that he was solely focused on cultivating in peace, and therefore unable to attend. However, Qing Feng relayed the sect leader's message, explaining that Chang Sheng's absence would tarnish his reputation as the senior brother. Upon reflecting on his time at Daluo and his role as the elder senior brother, Chang Sheng realized the significance of fulfilling this duty, despite his reservations. The following day, Chang Sheng made his grand entrance at the main Daluo peak and was warmly greeted by the junior disciples. He couldn't help but wonder why there were only 3,000 people present. Qing Feng explained that these were the core disciples of Daluo and that the class had a limited capacity. In response, Chang Sheng expressed his desire to preach and teach, suggesting that all disciples should gather together instead of being divided into groups. He emphasized that if they didn't fully comprehend the lecture, they shouldn't blame him. The law has no hierarchy. The law has no prestige. With this proclamation, he issued an order stating that any disciple could attend and listen. The junior disciples praised senior brother for his wisdom and fair treatment, considering him their role model. The martial uncles admitted feeling ashamed and foresaw a formidable future for Chang Sheng. Elder senior brother decreed that any Daluo disciple, regardless of their rank or prestige, could participate in the class, spreading the message. Even the outer disciples, who were usually assigned menial tasks, were deeply moved by the opportunity to listen to the lecture this time. Chang Sheng had taken the initiative to address the younger disciples, offering his assistance in clarifying any doubts they had about cultivation that day. He had specifically mentioned the importance of refraining from making jokes about Taoism teachings, indicating his previous knowledge on the subject. As he reflected on the Yellow Coat Classic, he found himself contemplating the endless questions that arise when some individuals comprehend it while others do not. This led him to suggest a shift towards simpler question and answer sessions. During this interaction, a junior brother approached Chang Sheng with a question regarding the cultivation of the Great Inferno Dragon technique. The brother expressed frustration with what he perceived as the technique's weakness. Intrigued by the name, Chang Sheng displayed curiosity about the technique itself. Another brother also inquired about cultivation, to which Chang Sheng responded by explaining that cultivation extends far beyond mere fighting or killing. He emphasized that it encompasses the entirety of the world. Chang Sheng advised against being swayed by temporary distractions and encouraged the disciples to let go of attachments in order to experience different aspects of life. When questioned about the ancient belief that cultivators should fight for something great, Chang Sheng elaborated by suggesting that the focus should be on personal growth rather than seeking dominance over others. He emphasized the importance of overcoming oneself rather than setting others as targets. The junior brother acknowledged his understanding of Chang Sheng's teachings. However, a senior brother expressed doubt in his own abilities and anticipated deceiving others. He pondered the unusual silence that had fallen upon the discourse, questioning whether the system was immune to it this time. After an hour had passed, Chang Sheng believed that the discourse would come to an end. However, a junior brother approached him with concerns about achieving immortality as a cultivator. Chang Sheng encouraged the brother to ask his question, and the junior brother lamented his lack of talent, stating that he had only reached the intermediate stage of the nascent phase and had been stagnant for over 200 years. As more disciples continued to pose sharp and intelligent questions, Chang Sheng acknowledged the challenge they presented. He recognized that achieving immortality in such circumstances was an impossible feat, expressing his understanding of the situation. Chang Sheng cited the perpetual vigor of heaven's movement, highlighting the ceaseless striving of a true gentleman. The onlookers observed the arrival of the special effects team, expressing their excitement despite the delay. Chang Sheng proceeded to emphasize the significance of avoiding repetition and extremes, drawing parallels between the dragon's actions and the endeavors of remarkable individuals in various contexts. He underscored the transient nature of things and the importance of maintaining connections with others, rather than isolating oneself. The master regretted not requesting earlier for Chang Sheng to impart a few phrases, recognizing the potential for fame. An elder commended Chang Sheng for his legendary supreme spirit energy and persuasive literary skills, foreseeing blessings for him in the Central Plains. They attributed the prosperity of the Central Plains solely to Chang Sheng's power. Reflecting on the receptiveness of the earth towards humanity, Chang Sheng stressed the significance of embracing the world with an open mind. Amidst the resounding echoes, the crowd caught sight of the ancient philosophers, prompting Chang Sheng to contemplate concluding the event. With a single thought, he expressed his desire for people worldwide to emulate dragons, soaring high into the sky. Liu Changsheng's aspiration for people to soar like dragons in the sky had a profound impact on the crowd, despite doubts about its feasibility. Amidst the impressive special effects, all eyes turned towards a magnificent pagoda, sparking curiosity about its origins and significance. experts engaged in discussions about the legendary early heaven's dark yellow pagoda, acknowledging its immeasurable value and energy. Described as an immortal artifact of merit and virtue, the early heaven's dark yellow pagoda possessed three extraordinary divine effects: immunity to cause and effect, supreme luck, and innate invisible defense. This combination of effects made it a formidable guardian of the world, with even a small amount of its energy weighing as heavy as 100 mountains. Concerns arose among the experts as the full power of the early heaven's treasure pagoda above Changsheng was unleashed, fearing that it could potentially sink into the central plains. Contemplating the golden yellow pagoda, Changsheng made a decision that if he could defeat his opponents, he would do so, but if not, he would retreat into the pagoda. He found the concept of cause and effect easy to comprehend with his modern thinking, suggesting that in the world of Xianxia, one could live for thousands of years and fulfill all desires. Exhausted from pretending throughout an entire chapter, Changsheng expressed a desire to conclude his work and take a break. It was discovered that the size of the pagoda could be altered according to one's mind, and Changsheng found this feature to be convenient. Deciding to wrap up the lesson, he announced its end and bid farewell to his grateful disciples. He expressed a need to return to his research, feeling a sense of urgency with a new tool in his possession. The master observed his disciple and thought that at first glance, the disciple had the appearance of an immortal, confirming his exceptional perception. Changsheng provided an explanation about the pagoda heaven and earth, stating that it absorbs the spiritual energy of heaven and earth on its own and requires a full month to activate its complete power. Although untested, he believed it to be a formidable force, enabling him to unleash a significant move once a month. He regarded it as a superior alternative to a bike, praising its defensive capabilities. Considering his level, offensive weapons were deemed ineffective, and a weapon that suited his abilities was preferred. Changsheng admired the pagoda's exceptional material and believed it would serve him well, concluding that anyone would cherish such a valuable treasure. Sister Zi Yun arrived at Changsheng's residence and greeted him. She explained her absence due to seclusion, but came to congratulate Changsheng upon hearing about his accomplishments. Changsheng acknowledged her progress in cultivation, as Zi Yun mentioned her upcoming journey to the secret realm of Langya. He expressed regret for not being able to accompany Changsheng down the mountain the following day. Changsheng thanked her and understood her situation. He reminded himself to handle the situation calmly when dealing with the wealthy big boss Zi Yun, advising himself not to be hypocritical and to accept whatever she offered. He recognized the wisdom in being thick-skinned to reap rewards. Changsheng assured Zi Yun that he wouldn't hold it against her for not accompanying him and expressed concern for her safety in the dangerous Langya sacred land. He emphasized the importance of her returning safely. Zi Yun made a solemn promise to herself to take extra care and show gratitude for senior brother's sincerity. She couldn't help but feel disappointed in her own progress in cultivation after 2 decades, only reaching the divine change realm. However, she was well aware of Changsheng's remarkable achievements in reaching the passing calamity realm, and she expressed her strong desire to catch up to him. In response, Changsheng reassured her and advised against rushing in her cultivation journey. Zi Yun then proceeded to explain the dangers of the Langya secret realm, which was opened by the ancient spiritual master Langya. Only cultivators at the divine change realm level were allowed to enter this realm, which consisted of 9 levels, each presenting life-threatening challenges. To this day, no one had managed to reach the ultimate treasure on the 9th level of the Langya secret realm. Although Changsheng regretted his inability to accompany Zi Yun to the Langya secret realm, he assured her that she would be safer with him by her side. Zi Yun appreciated his warmth and concern, but she felt the need to push herself even harder. She thanked Changsheng for his support, but insisted on leaving as the time for the secret lab approached. Despite Changsheng's urging for her to stay longer, Zi Yun remained determined to work diligently. Changsheng couldn't help but feel a sense of loss as Zi Yun prepared to depart. He acknowledged her beauty and talent, expressing his unwavering confidence in her future success. Reflecting on his own situation, Changsheng realized the importance of focusing on himself. Just then, Qingfeng informed Changsheng about the sect leader's request for his presence, prompting him to wonder if he would receive something beneficial. Without hesitation, Changsheng agreed to go immediately. The following day, the master reminded Changsheng that he would be leaving, causing him to feel reluctant about parting ways. Changsheng insisted that he wouldn't leave and would stay to accompany the master, but the master playfully joked and remained firm in his decision. The master hesitated to let go of Changsheng, but acknowledged his immense responsibility from above. He advised Changsheng to concentrate on strengthening his determination and physicality, recognizing his exceptional potential. Despite the master's deep affection for Changsheng, he understood that certain journeys must be undertaken alone, reluctantly accepting his departure for the betterment of the world. Changsheng agreed with the master's sentiments and then made a plea, expressing concern for both the master and his fellow disciples. He requested permission to leave the mountains after 8 to 10 years, but the master declined this appeal. The master criticized Chang Sheng for being excessively cautious and lacking confidence on the path to immortality, urging him to possess an intangible heart. He questioned Chang Sheng about his level of cultivation, expressing disappointment when Chang Sheng claimed to be in the intermediate refinement phase instead of the divine change realm. Despite Chang Sheng's insistence on his current level, the master seemed to grasp the truth without any further explanation. Chang Sheng found himself once again following the same path with his master, resigned to simply going along with it. Eventually, he admitted that he had already surpassed calamity, to which his master responded positively, commending him as a cherished disciple and future successor. The master urged Chang Sheng to prepare for his departure, as he would arrange his journey. Reflecting on the significance of the moment, Chang Sheng hoped that he wouldn't encounter a dreadful fate after leaving the mountain. Senior brother received a message from the sect leader, instructing him to proceed to the back mountain once he was packed. Chang Sheng contemplated the seemingly straightforward task of descending the mountain and took comfort in having a 12th grade notice in case of any trouble. When greeting the master, Chang Sheng was reminded to be cautious while descending and advised not to be excessively competitive. The master assured Chang Sheng that if any injustice occurred, he would support him upon his return. In the event of an emergency, Chang Sheng was instructed to activate the Qiankun ring, which would immediately mobilize all the elders of the sacred land. Chang Sheng assured the master that he would keep the advice in mind, providing reassurance. However, the master indirectly conveyed that there was only one crucial matter Chang Sheng needed to consider. If he were to come across a person named Zhou Wushuang, he must avoid her, as she held a deep grudge against the master. Upon hearing this, Chang Sheng expressed curiosity about the nature of the grudge. The master explained that in the past, due to his charm and temperament, many female cultivators, including Zhou Wushuang, admired him. Chang Sheng felt uneasy, suspecting that the master wasn't being completely honest. The master continued, revealing that he had wronged Zhou Wushuang due to circumstances related to the immortal birth. He warned Chang Sheng to stay away from her if they ever crossed paths, as she would likely cause trouble. Chang Sheng wondered why the master hadn't informed him about any other enemies he might have had. The master advised Chang Sheng to learn from his mistakes and not be tempted by women. When the master called out to Qing Feng, he eagerly responded, assuming he was being addressed. Despite his concerns, Qing Feng complied with the master's instructions. As the time to depart drew near, the master indicated that preparations had been made and urged Chang Sheng to remember that the entire Daluo supported him, cautioning that anyone who opposed Chang Sheng would face the wrath of the entire Daluo. Chang Sheng and his companions made a solemn declaration, dedicating themselves to their country in the pursuit of peace and generosity. They assured to stay faithful and courageous, confronting challenges unitedly without wavering. Their dedication remained steadfast, even in the midst of life-threatening situations. While bidding farewell to their mentor, Chang Sheng couldn't help but feel uneasy about the uncertainty of their next encounter. Observing Qing Feng's gloomy demeanor, Chang Sheng inquired about the cause of his distress. Qing Feng confided in Chang Sheng, expressing worry about the accusations made by the sect leader and the possible consequences it could have on both of them and their families. Chang Sheng reassured Qing Feng, affirming the sect leader's integrity. To lighten the mood, Chang Sheng playfully asked Qing Feng if he wanted a sibling. Qing Feng, feeling uneasy, questioned Chang Sheng if he had done something to upset him. However, Chang Sheng assured Qing Feng that he hadn't done anything wrong. Qing Feng expressed his deep affection for Chang Sheng and his excitement for a fresh start. Concerned about the slow pace of their journey and why they weren't using flying swords, Qing Feng voiced his worries. Chang Sheng explained the need for caution and suggested disguising themselves to avoid detection by other cultivators who might have ill intentions. Qing Feng also expressed concern about their speed, fearing they wouldn't reach the sacred land of Yin and Yang within a year. Reflecting on the situation, Qing Feng reminded Chang Sheng that the sect leader had planned their route and that their decoy team had already made progress. They just needed to wait for updates. Qing Feng emphasized that their main focus should be on reaching their destination at the right time, regardless of the process. Chang Sheng acknowledged this and stated that their concern wasn't encountering lesser cultivators, but rather being prepared for potential dangers. He mentioned that if the main team encountered any trouble, he would quickly retreat. Chang Sheng reminded Qing Feng to exercise caution and adhere to the teachings of their elders, emphasizing the importance of punctuality. Qing Feng proposed using a silk brocade bag for their luggage, but Chang Sheng expressed doubt about the practicality of the idea. They mutually agreed to dress inconspicuously as ordinary individuals in order to avoid attracting unnecessary attention while descending the mountain. The onlookers were captivated by the presence of a strikingly handsome man, speculating about his true identity and showering him with admiration. Intrigued by the rhythmic sound of their own hearts, they pondered if he could possibly be one of their own. Chang Sheng found Qing Feng's excessive admiration for a beautiful boat to be eccentric and cringeworthy. Despite Qing Feng's suggestion to opt for a larger vessel, Chang Sheng appeared to be unenthusiastic about the idea. Qing Feng displayed a sense of curiosity regarding the idea of taking a boat, confessing that he had never experienced it before due to his preference for flying. Chang Sheng reluctantly agreed to the suggestion. He called out to a boatman, and several boatmen eagerly offered their services, admiring his presence. Despite Chang Sheng's attempt to suppress his aura and avoid drawing attention, the crowd still marveled at his remarkable appearance. This left him feeling frustrated, contemplating the need to wear sunglasses in the future to evade such situations. Chang Sheng inquired about the cost of traveling to Jingling, to which the boatman replied that it would require 2 silver coins. Considering their financial situation, Chang Sheng pondered the possibility of checking his Qiangkun ring for the necessary funds. It dawned on Chang Sheng that they lacked both money and spirit stones for their journey. He hoped that Qing Feng might possess some funds. However, Qing Feng was unaware of silver taels and spirit stones, leaving Chang Sheng to urge him to conjure up some silver taels. Qing Feng, however, refused, feeling that it would be demeaning as a cultivator of the truth path. Despite Chang Sheng's persistence, Qing Feng admitted his inability to do so. The crowd grew confused and frustrated as Chang Sheng and Qing Feng engaged in an argument. Meanwhile, a young man approached, expressing admiration for Chang Sheng's demeanor and seeking acquaintance. Appreciating the young man's kindness, Chang Sheng agreed to accompany him. The crowd admired Chang Sheng's appearance and exchanged greetings as the young man led them to a room. Chang Sheng introduced himself as Wan Sheng, stressing the importance of maintaining a low profile by using an alias, and was fascinated by the name. Chang Sheng then urged Qing Feng to come up with a suitable pseudonym, prompting Qing Feng to contemplate a graceful name. The young men in the room were in awe of the extraordinary temperament of a mere page boy, feeling ashamed in comparison. They acknowledged his impressive qualities and prestigious background. Qing Feng questioned the significance of being referred to as a page boy and asserted his status as a second-generation member of Daluo, highlighting his youth, talent, and family background. The misunderstanding was clarified when Chang Sheng introduced Qing Feng as his cousin rather than a page boy. Qing Feng felt grateful for his senior brother's support, recognizing the importance of their bond. Chang Sheng was then directed to take a seat. Chang Sheng contemplated the situation as he received some food, recognizing its significance. Wang Fugui expressed his desire to befriend Chang Sheng, praising his extraordinary temperament. Chang Sheng held Wang Fugui's manners in high regard, but found his name somewhat ordinary despite his favorable impression of him. The ladies admired Chang Sheng. Wang suggested having a drink with Chang Sheng, emphasizing the concept of fate. Chang Sheng agreed and complimented Wang's emotional expression, though he advised against using such phrases in the future. Chang Sheng explained that he was traveling to enjoy the scenery near Jinling City and mentioned his plans to briefly stay there. They were offered houses in Jinling City for their accommodation, but Chang Sheng declined, mentioning their journey to the capital. Chang Sheng found himself perplexed when the mention of the Lantern Festival arose. It was clarified that this festival held great significance in the capital, offering people the opportunity to engage in various activities such as composing poetry, solving word puzzles, and releasing lanterns during the night. Qing Feng proposed that they should attend, commending Chang Sheng's poetic abilities. However, Chang Sheng dismissed Qing Feng's suggestion, urging him to refrain from speaking nonsense. Wang, on the other hand, claimed to have written a poem while on the boat, but expressed uncertainty regarding his own talent. He then turned to Chang Sheng, whose pseudonym was Wan Sheng, and inquired if he could compose a poem. Wang proceeded to present his own poem, which was met with skepticism from the crowd. However, some individuals acknowledged the emotional depth within the poetry, particularly praising the opening lines. Wang reassured Brother Lu not to feel pressured when expressing his thoughts, emphasizing that it was merely a spontaneous moment. Feeling confident, Chang Sheng reflected on his memorization of 300 Tang poems and commenced the narration of his own poem. Chang Sheng captivated the crowd with his narration of the poem, leaving them in awe. As he continued, he couldn't help but wonder about the inspiration behind the poem. Su Shi, a prominent figure from the Song dynasty, came to his mind. The audience praised Chang Sheng's rendition, admiring the vivid imagery of black clouds resembling freshly spread ink and the serene depiction of post-rain weather. However, they felt that the poem lacked something for the occasion. Realizing his oversight, Chang Sheng pondered on how to deceive them. Suddenly, the idea of making it rain crossed his mind when he heard thunder in the distance. Filled with excitement, he believed that he was favored by the heavens. Motivated by the light rain, Chang Sheng made the decision to speak. He recited a beautiful poem, expressing gratitude for the timely rain that saved the situation. The crowd applauded Chang Sheng's talent and expressed their appreciation for the gathering. They bid farewell, uncertain of when they would meet again, but hopeful for future reunions. They thanked Changsheng and promised to invite him for a drink if fate allowed them to cross paths once more. As they said their goodbyes, Changsheng pondered the true essence of travel, where the encounters with diverse individuals and breathtaking landscapes shaped the entire journey. Wang kindly offered to cover Changsheng's travel expenses, which initially made him hesitate, but he ultimately accepted the generous gesture. With gratitude and appreciation, they bid farewell to each other. Changsheng expressed his heartfelt appreciation for Wang's kindness and emphasized that genuine travel is all about immersing oneself in life's marvels, regardless of material possessions. He sincerely thanked Wang for his generosity. Qingfeng inquired about their destination, to which Changsheng replied that they were heading to the magnificent Qian dynasty. Qingfeng was awestruck by the majestic palace in Qian. The palace guard cautioned them about the restricted area and advised against lingering unless absolutely necessary. Changsheng informed the guard that they were in Qian to obtain clearance as per his master's instructions. They were granted access to the palace, where Changsheng was warmly received by the great Qian sovereign. Recognizing Changsheng as the imperial teacher, the sovereign dispensed with formalities. Qingfeng, observing the sovereign's behavior, discreetly whispered to Changsheng about it. Changsheng cautioned him to remain silent. Suddenly, a young girl approached the sovereign, addressing him as her father and inquiring about Changsheng's role. The young man's remarkable appearance and confident demeanor drew attention, but Changsheng sensed that something was not quite right. Disciple Chia then greeted Changsheng as her teacher, causing him to hesitate in taking on another disciple. The emperor clarified that Chia was his beloved princess and suggested that she accompany Changsheng on his journey to alleviate her boredom. Observing this situation, Changsheng was taken aback to discover that the supposed male companion was actually a princess, leaving him curious about the circumstances. Reflecting on his interactions with other women, Changsheng noted that even reserved individuals like Ziyun held him in high regard. He believed it would be wise to avoid any entanglements, especially with a princess who likely had her own complications. He feared that constant companionship would lead to scandal if they were seen together frequently. Changsheng made it clear to the emperor that he had only descended from the mountain to obtain his passport and had no need for any additional companions. He commended the princess for her accomplishments, emphasizing that she had no need for instruction. The princess was amazed and speculated that rumors about her had reached Changsheng's ears. Princess Qian disclosed her perceived talent and the suspicion that she might be a reincarnation of an immortal being. She understood that Changsheng was hesitant to teach her, assuming it was because he was concerned about her surpassing him and his inability to impart knowledge to her. Qingfeng expressed a desire to reprimand the princess for her audacity, while the princess contemplated her own status and the pride she took in being the favored daughter of heaven. Changsheng straightforwardly informed the princess that he did not consider her exceptional, causing Qingfeng to anticipate a confrontation. The emperor intervened, advising the princess against rudeness. Changsheng made a dramatic statement, wishing blindness upon the spectators. The emperor was shocked and apologized for the princess's behavior, attributing it to her lack of worldly experience. Changsheng clarified that he had no malicious intentions. The princess was impressed by Changsheng's theatrics, but Changsheng wondered what had triggered them. Changsheng expressed his apologies to the emperor for the unintended consequences caused by his daughter's actions. The emperor, understanding the situation, absolved Changsheng of any blame and attributed the incident to his daughter's lack of knowledge. It was during this realization that Changsheng understood that the overwhelming phenomenon was a result of the conflict between different phenomena. In response, the emperor instructed his daughter to apologize to Changsheng. The princess, acknowledging Changsheng's strength, recognized his superiority and humbly admitted her own shortcomings. She earnestly requested Changsheng to accept her as his disciple, but Changsheng politely declined, explaining that she wouldn't gain much from him. However, the princess vowed to work hard and ensure that she wouldn't bring any shame to Changsheng. He reassured her that she was underestimating her own abilities. This comparison made by the princess between herself and Qingfeng sparked a sense of challenge within Qingfeng. He made a resolution to stand up for himself and avoid being perceived as an easy target for bullying. The emperor stepped in, advising the princess against retaliating. He stood up for her, asserting that despite her straightforward manner, she possessed a compassionate heart. He proposed that Changsheng accompany her to the magnificent Qian Lantern Festival as her substitute, leaving the final decision to Changsheng, who ultimately agreed to the emperor's suggestion. The emperor instructed the princess to conduct herself appropriately and entrusted her with the golden imperial seal to handle anyone who dared to offend Changsheng. She assured her father that she comprehended his instructions. The princess extended an invitation to teacher Changsheng to accompany her to the Lantern Festival in the Qian dynasty, a gathering of people from all walks of life. The emperor hoped that Changsheng could influence the princess's preferences. Despite the princess experiencing sudden chills, they ventured into the night market together. Upon reflection, the princess found the Lantern Festival to be underwhelming, lacking in distinctiveness. Qing Feng's face lit up with excitement as he caught sight of a windmill. Chang Sheng, however, couldn't help but question Qing Feng's behavior, wondering if the hardships they had endured on their journey had somehow affected him. Despite noticing Chang Sheng's scrutiny, Qing Feng simply shrugged it off. In a tender moment, Chang Sheng tightly embraced him, while the crowd around them reacted with disapproval to an undisclosed action. After half an hour, the atmosphere transformed as lanterns adorned with riddles appeared, and various shops began offering prizes. The act of giving lanterns played a pivotal role, as it ultimately saved the princess and sparked Qing Feng's curiosity. Recognizing the significance of this tradition, the princess suggested attending the event. She even speculated about Chang Sheng potentially finding someone special during the festivities. Qing Feng's excitement reached new heights when he stumbled upon a remarkable stone that could change colors. Intrigued, he expressed his interest in purchasing it to the shopkeeper. However, the shopkeeper proposed a challenge, solving riddles in exchange for the stone. Eager to participate, Qing Feng eagerly accepted the shopkeeper's offer. Despite his confident guess of Tian as the answer to one of the riddles, the shopkeeper disagreed, leaving Qing Feng slightly disappointed but determined to continue the game. Qing Feng persisted in his efforts, but was unable to provide the correct answers, which led to frustration and insults directed at the shopkeeper. Chang Sheng stepped in to calm Qing Feng down, while the princess decided to give it a try. She confidently boasted about her skills and challenged the shopkeeper. However, despite her confident guess of the character Shen, the shopkeeper rejected it. Despite her repeated attempts, the princess failed to provide the correct answer and resorted to insulting the shopkeeper. Both Qing Feng and the princess criticized the shopkeeper for not being willing to give away prizes. In contrast, the shopkeeper acknowledged Chang Sheng's dignity and talent, encouraging him to try. Despite Qing Feng's skepticism, Chang Sheng surprised everyone by correctly guessing Qian. Qing Feng harbored doubts about the shopkeeper's intentions based on their appearance. The shopkeeper acknowledged their lack of self-awareness regarding their looks. Chang Sheng pondered the significance of appearance in relation to luck, as taught by his master. Despite his initial skepticism, Chang Sheng astutely guessed the answers to subsequent lantern riddles, leaving the shopkeeper impressed. Ultimately, the shopkeeper expressed gratitude to Chang Sheng for answering all the questions correctly. The princess questioned whether Chang Sheng's success was a result of skill or luck, and Qing Feng confidently affirmed his abilities. She then inquired about Chang Sheng's cultivation level, and Qing Feng disclosed that he was at the Mahayana realm. The princess admitted to underestimating Chang Sheng, having assumed he was at the Tribulation realm. Qing Feng reassured her and questioned the reason behind her doubt. Upon encountering Master Chang Sheng, the princess immediately identified him as a fearless expert. She observed that there were no fluctuations in his spiritual energy, even during impressive displays of phenomena. Reflecting on her observations, the princess recalled a passage from an ancient book that suggested individuals with higher cultivation levels have better control over their demeanor. She compared this with Master Chang Sheng's composed mana, even during demonstrations, leading her to conclude that his cultivation level must be either very low or exceptionally high. As a result, she confidently affirmed her belief in his Mahayana realm cultivation. Qing Feng praised the princess's intelligence and acknowledged the upcoming lantern event. The princess urged them to hurry and secure a good spot by the river to view the lanterns. Qing Feng marveled at the atmosphere, while the princess explained the tradition of sending lanterns upstream to find a special someone. She clarified that the colored lanterns with attached notes containing questions and contact information would eventually return to their original owners, facilitating connections with potential matches. The princess further explained to Qing Feng that lanterns with red handwriting belong to men, while those with purple handwriting belong to women. Chang Sheng found the concept reminiscent of a drifting bottle. As the event began, the princess expressed her excitement about participating in the Lantern Festival for the first time and wondered if she would truly meet someone special. Chang Sheng was captivated by the profound meaning of a letter he received amidst the captivating moonlit scenery. As he delved deeper into its contents, the letter questioned his presence in an area designated for females, expressing disdain and even threatening to cast him away. Despite the unsettling nature of the letter, Chang Sheng tried to reassure himself by attributing his good fortune to his earlier success in solving riddles. As he continued reading, he was surprised to receive multiple letters, all addressed to males, which led him to contemplate the possibility that fate was preventing him from being with ordinary women, potentially hindering his personal growth. Qing Feng, on the other hand, expressed his excitement about receiving 3 consecutive letters from females, prompting Chang Sheng to acknowledge his friend's good luck. In a sarcastic tone, Chang Sheng couldn't help but remark on Qing Feng's ability to attract attention. However, he still congratulated Qing Feng and sarcastically thanked him for his well wishes. Chang Sheng then pondered the unlikelihood of receiving 6 consecutive letters from men and contemplated the content of the letters he had received. Despite his irritation, he made up his mind to respond to them using Qing Feng's name, believing it to be a twist of fate. As he further reflected, he wondered about the potential compliments he might receive from a woman's perspective. The princess and Qing Feng each received letters from women, but Qing Feng detected the faint scent of sage on his paper. As Chang Sheng pondered the ups and downs of human emotions, he felt a surge of anger and cleverly responded to the letters. After an hour, he expressed his gratitude for the correspondence while subtly hinting at the late hour. Qing Feng, observing Chang Sheng's apparent happiness, inquired about his well-being. The princess clarified that the lanterns would be collected at dawn, allowing everyone to retrieve their own lanterns. Urging them to hasten to the final event of the Lantern Festival, the Poetry Writing Conference, she highlighted the potential rewards of winning the competition, such as fame and generous prizes. Upon reaching the bustling square, Qing Feng noticed Chang Sheng being jostled by the crowd. However, the princess disclosed that she had reserved a private room at the Wangjiang Tower, where they could savor both the picturesque view and delectable cuisine in a more serene setting. Guiding Chang Sheng, they escorted him to the tower, following the princess's instructions. The princess mentioned Wangjiang Tower as the most renowned eatery in the capital of Great Xi'an, emphasizing the exceptional allure of the staff working there. She elaborated on the challenges of securing a table, particularly during the Lantern Festival, and recounted her previous unsuccessful attempts due to the shopkeeper's unpleasant demeanor. Qing Feng questioned her pride in failing to secure a seat, prompting the princess to affirm her father's teachings about not exploiting her status. She reassured them that she eventually managed to secure a reservation. Qing Feng acknowledged her relatable statement, and Chang Sheng inquired about how she finally secured the booking. The princess explained that her older brother had requested 3,000 elites for Wangjiang Tower a few days prior, resulting in a favorable attitude from the boss, who provided an additional private room. Dismissing any adulation, she urged them to proceed upstairs. Qing Feng retorted, denying any adoration, and as they ascended, they noticed the enchanting ladies admiring Chang Sheng. The princess asked if the ladies were gazing at Chang Sheng, to which Qing Feng sarcastically confirmed, stating that any woman sitting beside Chang Sheng would be drawn to him. The princess responded with irritation, leading them to head to the private room. The princess inquired if Chang Sheng, renowned as a literary saint of humanity, was interested in participating in the competition. Qing Feng expressed doubt about Chang Sheng competing with ordinary individuals. Chang Sheng showed interest in the prize and corrected Qing Feng's assessment, emphasizing that scholars do not discriminate between high and low. He referred to a famous saying from his hometown, piquing Qing Feng's curiosity. Although Qing Feng admitted not understanding the meaning of the saying, he acknowledged its relevance. The poetry conference officially began with a welcoming address. The topic, chosen by the grand teacher of the court an hour earlier, focused on Greengrass, Drizzled Spring, and the imperial capital. Participants were instructed to compose a 7-character poem within a 30-minute time limit. As the crowd shared their opinions, Brother Meng seemed to be inspired, while some considered the task too easy. Chang Sheng recalled the theme of the poem and successfully remembered it. Qing Feng expressed excitement upon receiving his revelation. The princess was surprised by Qing Feng's ability to write poetry, and Qing Feng sarcastically remarked that even pigs could compose poetry alongside Chang Sheng. He shared his poem and asked for feedback, expressing satisfaction with his own composition. Chang Sheng cautioned against attributing the poem to him, emphasizing that even this simple poem went beyond mere teaching. The princess pointed out that Chang Sheng's poem was too short for the requirement of a 7-character poem. Qing Feng felt the need to add something to his poem. The princess decided to consider it, while Qing Feng requested suggestions. Chang Sheng inwardly criticized the world's cultural level. Chang Sheng then called Qing Feng and Princess Qia, instructing them to fetch paper, brush, and ink. After receiving the necessary items, Chang Sheng wrote on the piece of paper and completed the task. Qing Feng voiced his admiration for Chang Sheng's remarkable poem, acknowledging that his own attempt seemed insignificant in comparison. After an hour, the competition came to an end and the top 3 poems were announced. The audience eagerly awaited the recitation of the winning poem, speculating about its caliber. As the poem was read aloud, a hush fell over the crowd. The princess informed the esteemed master that his poem had claimed the first place. Qing Feng, taken aback, noticed that the victorious poem belonged to his brother, but wondered why there was no reaction. Chang Sheng advised him to be patient, suggesting that a response would eventually come. The princess confronted her brother, questioning him about why he had sent the imperial army during the Lantern Festival. She expressed her worry that their father, the emperor, would retaliate. In a mysterious manner, The brother hinted at undisclosed events to the princess and presented a letter to her. This infuriated the prince, who pledged to thoroughly investigate the contents of the letter. The prince confirmed that Liu Changsheng had written something himself. The situation escalated when Liu won the first prize for his renowned poem. Amidst the chaos, the Forbidden Army caused a disturbance. The elder brother declined spirit stones and instead offered them to Qingfeng. The princess suggested visiting the night market, but Changsheng preferred to rest early. The princess mentioned her father's prepared residence for Changsheng. Worried about the dispatch of the Forbidden Army, the princess emphasized that it was not a trivial matter. The princess made the decision to conduct an investigation and instructed Qingfeng and Changsheng to have their meal first. A tense atmosphere hung in the air between Qingfeng and Changsheng, with Changsheng sensing an ominous presence. Suddenly, there was a loud thud, and Qingfeng called out for assistance. Confused, Changsheng sought clarification. The prince questioned Changsheng's presence, and the princess identified the individual as a disciple of Daluo. Despite his noble lineage, the prince did not find it particularly intriguing. The princess then informed them that he was upstairs. Although he had initially denied it, the prince ultimately decided to go upstairs, deeming it impolite to not meet the person. Prior to ascending, the prince presented the princess with valuable treasure notes worth 500,000 caddies of spirit stones as a token of appreciation to commend him. The princess playfully commented on the worth of the gift. The prince corrected the princess's statement, explaining that he did not possess 500,000 caddies of spirit stones easily, and that the gift came from the imperial mother's funds. Despite the prince's insistence, the princess insisted on taking him upstairs. Inside, the princess introduced Changsheng to the crown prince, Qian Yuan. The master warmly welcomed them, thereby saving Changsheng from potential trouble. The prince wondered if the master was an immortal. The prince greeted the imperial teacher, Changsheng, with traditional well-wishes, expressing his hopes for boundless happiness and prosperity. He concluded with blessings for abundance, love, and eternal vitality. The princess offered advice to the prince, urging him to refrain from speaking nonsense when meeting new people. She explained that his brother had been taught to use auspicious words from a young age. Changsheng understood this and inquired about the dispatch of the Forbidden Army. The prince clarified that he had sent them to investigate random words written on lanterns during the Lantern Festival. Interestingly, the person who signed the money had the same name as Qingfeng. However, Changsheng made it clear that Taoist Qingfeng was innocent as he followed the imperial teacher. Changsheng concluded that it was likely a mere coincidence that someone shared Qingfeng's name. Determined not to let the matter rest, the prince planned to activate arrays to uncover the culprit and prove Qingfeng's innocence. Worried, the prince asked Qingfeng if he was feeling unwell, but Qingfeng assured him it was just a cold. Changsheng realized he may have been too harsh but felt relieved that he had left Qingfeng. He then asked the crown prince if the arrays could indeed reveal the culprit, to which the prince confirmed, mentioning that it would take approximately 3 days. Qingfeng appeared terrified as the conversation unfolded. The prince voiced his optimism that the crown prince would conduct a thorough investigation to ensure Qingfeng was not subjected to unjust punishment. Subsequently, the prince sought assistance regarding his customs clearance document, which was still in the possession of the emperor. The crown prince reassured him that it was a minor matter and offered to have someone retrieve it later. In order to not disturb their rest, the prince decided to bid farewell. The princess also took her leave, and Changsheng concurred. In a sarcastic tone, Changsheng inquired about what Qingfeng had written. Qingfeng expressed concern about being implicated if the array exposed the truth. Changsheng distanced himself from the situation, asserting that it was Qingfeng's problem. Assuming the role of the elder brother, Changsheng extended his assistance to Qingfeng in rectifying his mistake. He proposed discreetly eliminating those involved and assured Qingfeng of confidentiality. Changsheng hinted at his knowledge of Qingfeng's past covert killings, but encouraged him to devise his own plan. He persistently questioned Qingfeng's willingness to commit murder. Although Qingfeng admitted lacking the courage to kill, he vowed to keep the matter confidential. Changsheng stressed the importance of maintaining secrecy during their journey and expressed discomfort with Chia's presence. Once they obtained the customs clearance document, their plan was to depart immediately. Qingfeng speculated that Changsheng might be concerned about tarnishing his reputation by traveling with a girl, but Changsheng agreed that fleeing was a wise decision. He proposed heading to an ancient city located 10,000 miles away, where they could directly fly to the sacred land of Yin and Yang, effectively preventing Chia from following them. Qingfeng consented to abide by Changsheng's arrangements. Changsheng contemplated Qingfeng's nonchalant approach to killing, deeming it more befitting of someone affiliated with the demon cult. Determining that the best course of action was to depart without bidding farewell, Changsheng verified the arrival of the necessary customs clearance documents as promised by the crown prince. The plan unfolded smoothly, and Changsheng made preparations to escape. However, despite the assistance provided by Chia and the Crown Prince, an abrupt departure could potentially cause them trouble. To address this concern, Chang Sheng penned a note announcing his departure. Subsequently, Chang Sheng informed Qing Feng of their readiness to leave and urged him to hasten their departure. The prince recounted his encounter with the imperial teacher, highlighting the teacher's extraordinary presence reminiscent of an immortal being. Recognizing the significance of the prince's recruitment of the imperial teacher, the emperor acknowledged that it would strengthen his claim to the throne. The emperor commended the prince for earning the admiration of such a revered individual, underscoring the imperial teacher's unparalleled status in both Buddhist and Taoist circles. With the support of the imperial teacher, the prince could be assured of his position. The following day, the emperor appeared visibly upset as he presented a note to his children written by Chang Sheng, which announced his departure. The prince admired Chang Sheng's exquisite handwriting and attributed it to the influence of the imperial teacher. Alarmed by the prince's actions during the Lantern Festival, including the dispatching of the forbidden army which disrupted the festival's order, the princess felt compelled to inform the emperor. Enraged, the emperor summoned Kia to close the door and devised a plan to confront the crown prince regarding his true parentage. Expressing his humiliation over the imperial teacher's sudden departure without bidding farewell, the emperor attributed it to disrespect towards the Qian dynasty. In his defense, the prince suggested that Chang Sheng's departure was driven by his dedication to spiritual pursuits rather than any wrongdoing on the prince's part. The emperor accused the prince of speaking disrespectfully and behaving recklessly, despite the years of affection bestowed upon him. Challenging the emperor's accusations, the prince demanded evidence and questioned the validity of the emperor's claims of spoiling him. Despite the prevailing tension, the prince remained composed and suggested that the emperor openly express any desire to punish him. The prince implored his father to cease his violent actions, stressing that there was room for negotiation and that using a weapon was excessive. Despite the prince's cries for help, Chia remained silent. Meanwhile, in Yuezhou, the onlookers observed Chang Sheng and speculated about his potential immortality. Qing Feng informed Chang Sheng that they would reach the sacred land of Yin and Yang after traveling 300 miles south from Yuezhou city, anticipating a fierce battle due to the sacred land's reputation. Chang Sheng questioned the necessity of engaging in a fight. Qing Feng reflected on their purpose of descending from the mountain, which was to establish Chang Sheng as the leader of the Taoist sect. To achieve this, Chang Sheng needed to demonstrate both wisdom and strength, embodying the qualities of a sage and a king. While Chang Sheng doubted the need for resorting to violence, he contemplated the challenges of justifying such actions if the situation escalated. Chang Sheng expressed reluctance to participate in combat, but Chang Sheng reassured him that conflict could be avoided. Chang Sheng emphasized the significance of appearing as the most esteemed senior brother of the Tai sect, and acknowledged that while Chang Sheng himself might be fearless, others might challenge him purely for the sake of competition. Chang Sheng pondered the consequences of a potential loss, while Qing Feng expressed unwavering faith in Chang Sheng's abilities. Qing Feng attributed any potential defeat to Chang Sheng's tendency to downplay his own skills. Despite this, Chang Sheng insisted on considering the possibility of failure. In response, Qing Feng proposed an alternative solution: surrendering without engaging in a fight. Qing Feng explained that Chang Sheng's fear of revealing his true strength and temperament was unfounded, as it would actually deter potential challengers. Qing Feng emphasized the importance of not suppressing Chang Sheng's true potential in order to avoid future challenges. To tackle the situation more directly, Qing Feng suggested that Chang Sheng confront and defeat the Holy Sun upon reaching the sacred land of Yin and Yang. Chang Sheng acknowledged Qing Feng's cleverness and contemplated the simplicity of this second approach. However, he expressed doubt about confronting the Holy Sun, who possessed formidable strength as the strongest disciple in 500 years, having reached the level of divine split phase. Chang Sheng was taken aback by this suggestion. Meanwhile, the Holy Sun received news of Lu Changsheng's imminent arrival and sought guidance from his master. The Holy Sun inquired about his chances of defeating Chang Sheng. The master bluntly stated that, given the Holy Sun's current strength, he stood no chance against Chang Sheng and would be thoroughly defeated, causing immense emotional distress. Despite the Holy Sun's love and loyalty towards his master, the master insisted that Chang Sheng's superiority would overwhelm him. The master emphasized that the Holy Sun would be completely defeated, likening it to being beaten like a rug. Although the Holy Sun felt uneasy about his inability to emerge victorious, he questioned the necessity of engaging in a fight. In response, the master warned that failing to confront Chang Sheng would bring shame to their sacred land. The master reassured the Holy Sun that losing to Chang Sheng would still be considered an honorable outcome. The master was questioned by the Holy Sun about Chang Sheng's strength and the reason behind everyone's certainty about it. In response, the master stated that witnessing Chang Sheng in person would unveil his immense power. The master further explained that even if Chang Sheng remained idle and simply stood there, his mere presence would exude strength and overshadow others. Despite the possibility of defeat, the master advised the Holy Sun not to hold any resentment afterwards. The Holy Sun harbored doubts regarding Chang Sheng's strength, but the master's words left him uncertain. Chang Sheng, symbolizing the sacred land of Daluo, challenged the Holy Sun of Yin and Yang to a duel, creating a strong sense of pressure. Overwhelmed by Chang Sheng's aura, the Holy Sun realized that he couldn't overcome him even after multiple attempts. Although feeling dissatisfied, the Holy Sun admired Chang Sheng's bluff. Qingfeng commended Chang Sheng for his exceptional and commanding performance. The holy offspring of Yin and Yang arrived to accept Chang Sheng's challenge, surprising him with his presence. Although Chang Sheng suspected Li Yang of planning a sneak attack, he still greeted him. Chang Sheng was impressed by the natural composure of the holy offspring. Despite knowing that he was no match for Chang Sheng, the Holy Sun expressed his desire for Chang Sheng to give his best effort and not show mercy, as a sign of respect. Chang Sheng was caught off guard by Li Yang's sudden attack and wondered why they didn't exchange any words before starting the fight. Feeling unprepared, Chang Sheng activated his yellow pagoda, while Li Yang unleashed the passive skill of heaven and earth. Li Yang's passive skill took Chang Sheng by surprise. Li Yang explained that his innate phenomena was the yin-yang diagram, symbolizing the transformation from death to hell and the power of life. On the other hand, Chang Sheng was puzzled by these phenomena, as he considered himself a fighter focused on materialistic aspects. Chang Sheng was overwhelmed by the sudden attack from Li Yang, recognizing the ruthlessness behind it. On the other hand, Li Yang admired Chang Sheng's courage and determination in combat. Even though Li Yang's master was on the receiving end, he took pride in his disciples' spirited effort. The crowd was captivated by the ongoing battle, speculating on the outcome. Suddenly, their attention was drawn to something else, the appearance of an elephant, which surprised and intrigued the spectators. The master was amazed by Chang Sheng's use of the divine elephant, prison heavens technique, describing it as extraordinary. He explained that the yin-yang bagua diagram of the Holy Sun represented the ultimate yang and deepest yin states, respectively. However, the Holy Sun had not yet reached the ultimate yang state, and could only display the deepest heavens. Despite its strong defense, the Holy Sun's technique was shattered by Chang Sheng's divine elephant prison attack. The Holy Sun reacted with surprise and frustration as the battle escalated. The master observed the unfolding spectacle, noting the increasing intensity of the confrontation. The crowd acknowledged the Holy Sun's defeat, attributing it to the opponent's overwhelming strength. The Holy Sun questioned Chang Sheng's tendency to downplay his own abilities, wondering if it was just an act. Chang Sheng admitted to genuinely feeling weak despite his outward appearance. Reflecting on the battle, Chang Sheng contemplated the origin of the elephant and his own unique abilities. Despite lacking physical strength, Chang Sheng realized the power of his visions, which proved decisive in the fight. He concluded that he emerged victorious by leveraging his visions to overcome his opponent. Chang Sheng pondered over the involuntary nature of his ability to trigger visions, realizing that it was both impressive and beyond his control. He came to understand the significance of developing his own strength rather than relying solely on external aids. Despite acknowledging the formidable abilities of the Holy Sun, Chang Sheng found pride in being defeated by him. He reassured his opponent, urging him not to blame himself, and emphasized the importance of friendship and forgiveness. Chang Sheng also acknowledged that the near-fatal attack by the Holy Sun was unintentional. Li Yang, the Holy Sun, was deeply impressed by Chang Sheng's unexpected compassion despite his defeat. Chang Sheng expressed genuine concern for Li Yang's well-being and offered his assistance. In response, Li Yang assured Chang Sheng that he would recover with the aid of alchemical pills. Meanwhile, the crowd watched in awe as Chang Sheng's actions unfolded. Li Yang then reminded Chang Sheng of their official business, informing him that the Holy Master was waiting for them in the White Palace. In the White Palace, Senior Brother Lu was being guided by the Holy Sun, while Qingfeng observed their interaction. Feeling a bit ignored, Qingfeng decided to greet the Holy Sun. He apologized for any confusion and was pleasantly surprised when the Holy Sun recognized him as Junior Brother Qingfeng, acknowledging his reputation as a young hero with exceptional moral character. Qingfeng was taken aback by the recognition and graciously accepted the praise. Chang Sheng intervened, urging them to proceed quickly and not keep the Holy Lord waiting. The Holy Sun agreed, and they continued without any delay. As they entered the White Palace, the Holy Sun explained the significance of the location and requested them to remove their shoes as a sign of respect. Qingfeng felt somewhat annoyed by this tradition and expressed his reluctance to comply. Despite his initial feelings, he decided to follow the Holy Sun's lead. Qingfeng hesitated for a moment but eventually joined them. The The Holy Sun further elaborated on the symbolism of the forgotten bridge, emphasizing the importance of moving forward without dwelling on the past. Qing Feng questioned the purpose of such customs, which prompted the Holy Sun to hint at deeper meanings and invited Chang Sheng to contemplate their significance. Chang Sheng perceptively grasped the profound significance of the yin and yang concept within the sacred land. Impressed by his astute understanding, the Holy Sun acknowledged Chang Sheng's exceptional intellect. He proceeded to recount the history of their sacred land, revealing how their ancestor had delved into the depths of a harrowing underworld for 3,000 years in search of comprehension regarding life and death. However, the ancestor struggled to immerse himself in the terrifying abyss, leading him to create a parallel hell on earth instead. Despite its outward beauty and sanctity, this earthly hell concealed numerous perils capable of ensnaring unsuspecting individuals in an instant. As Chang Sheng approached the master, he couldn't help but feel anxious about the master's reaction to his recent confrontation with Li Yang. However, to his immense relief, the master warmly welcomed him, expressing genuine concern for any potential injuries. The master attributed the necessity of the confrontation to Chang Sheng's esteemed position as the senior brother of Taoism, emphasizing the importance of maintaining authority among the disciples. Upon entering the room, Qing Feng, who was not recognized by the Holy Lord Jiang, inquired about his identity. The master then offered Chang Sheng a cup of rare and exquisite ancient yin-yang tea, highlighting its exceptional rarity and quality. Chang Sheng graciously acknowledged the tea's excellence. Intrigued, Qing Feng requested a taste, which the master graciously granted. An hour later, after the competition had concluded, the master declared Chang Sheng as the senior brother of the sect and prepared to stamp his clearance document. Chang Sheng expressed his heartfelt gratitude, but was advised to rest in the yin and yang sacred land for 2 days. The master proposed that Li Yang accompany Chang Sheng during his stay, a proposition that Chang Sheng readily accepted. Senior brother and junior brother Qing Feng were summoned to attend a grand gathering where numerous young talents had been invited. Despite senior brother Lu's modesty, the Holy Sun insisted that his presence would bring joy to the attendees. As they made their way to the event, Chang Sheng couldn't shake off the feeling of being inexplicably drawn to something since their arrival. Upon reaching the venue, the young talents warmly greeted Chang Sheng, and he graciously reciprocated their greetings. Chang Sheng felt a growing sense of importance. The young attendees praised senior brother Chang Sheng, comparing him to a descendant immortal, expressing their delight in being able to share a drink with him. Chang Sheng accepted their compliments with humility and was toasted by the group. The Holy Sun inquired about Chang Sheng's well-being and mentioned feeling tired himself. Chang Sheng speculated that it might be due to his busy schedule. The Holy Sun suggested that Lenya might have set up an array, potentially leading to greater opportunities this time, including the possibility of acquiring treasures from Lenya's collection. Lenya's collection was a secret domain that was unlocked by the unparalleled immortal of Lenya countless millennia ago. The true extent of immortal Lenya's power remained a mystery, but it was widely known that he had once decapitated an immortal in the realm of cultivating immortals. Prior to ascending to the immortal realm, he felt compelled to conceal all his treasures within the secret domain of Lenya. Consequently, it was widely believed that Langya's secret domain housed an abundance of treasures. Chang Sheng sought information about the astonishing treasures concealed within immortal Langya's treasure trove. The Holy Sun speculated that the trove might contain a variety of immortal treasures, such as the 9-colored golden lotus or unparalleled treasures like the chaos spirit fruit. However, an ancient manuscript recounted a legend about an imperceptible immortal Langya, which was attributed to a peerless golden liquid extracted from a sun. Just a single drop of this liquid had the power to rejuvenate a person, cleanse the marrow, fortify the bones, and heal ailments. The Holy Sun harbored the belief that this legendary liquid might be among the treasures within the trove. In the retold story, the Langya secret realm posed a significant challenge, with its dangers making survival a rare occurrence, as the youth lamented. Daunted by the perils, Chang Sheng chose not to take the risk, echoing the sentiments of many others. When asked about the epitome of heavenly pride, the Holy Lord received an unequivocal endorsement of the Holy Sun, but the Holy Sun supported Chang Sheng, praising his unmatched virtues, strength, and stature, thereby solidifying his position as the supreme pride of heaven. Continuing the conversation, the Holy Sun listed individuals considered capable of exploring the secretive depths of Langya, highlighting Zi Yun as a prime candidate due to her renowned strength as the world's second female immortal. This revelation prompted Chang Sheng to inquire about the identity of the foremost female immortal, to which the Holy Sun revealed Qian Yun Ruo from Linglong's sacred land. Unaware of this, Chang Sheng pondered Zi Yun's competitive nature and decided to avoid mentioning Qian Yunro's name to her, wary of potential conflict. Amidst the discussion, the young attendees raised their glasses in a toast. The next day, the Holy Sun asked about the lodging arrangements for senior brother Chang Sheng and junior brother Qing Feng. Chang Sheng expressed his gratitude for the comfortable accommodations. When the Holy Sun inquired about their interest in visiting the martial arts arena, Chang Sheng eagerly confirmed his enthusiasm, prompting the Holy Sun to emphasize its uniqueness within the yin-yang sacred land. Upon reaching the arena, Qing Feng expressed concern about two large, unattractive boulders and questioned their impact on the scenery. The Holy Sun explained that the two stones were the supreme divine stones of the yin-yang sacred land, also known as the yin-yang divine stones, which held immeasurable value. He recounted their origins, tracing them back to when the patriarch of the sacred land discovered them in a place where yin and yang were in perfect harmony. Believing that they belonged to a peerless deity, the patriarch placed them there to absorb the yin and yang energies of the world, in anticipation of their eventual illumination. It was believed that these stones held great fortune, waiting for a destined individual. Qing Feng, deeply moved by the story, expressed a strong desire to make the stones glow, prompting Chang Sheng to attribute it to his innocence and vivid imagination. Despite this, Qing Feng persisted, fueled by a genuine belief in his own potential. Chang Sheng warned Qing Feng about the dangers his spirit power could face if he attempted to unlock the stones. The Holy Sun further explained the patriarch's belief that while the yin and yang stones held incredible treasures, their unlocking required a destined individual and the absorption of celestial and earthly spirit energy. Trying to force them open could result in significant loss, as demonstrated by the patriarch's unsuccessful attempt to split them in the past.